Ping, ping, ping. Hey everyone, I'm Cosmic and welcome to the cloud. Let me close that. Let's get in here. This kind of, no, it's not loud. That's good. Hello, Zinc Nova. Oh, okay. Forgot it does that. Hello, Score Buns. Yeah. I hope they do something too. I mean, I want to. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I I want to do something to celebrate the 10th anniversary. Which obviously it's like May. We're still 5 months out, but I hope Nintendo does something. I don't know what, but I hope they do something. Wow, I like Santa's Agent 3. What do you mean happy birthday? It is not my birthday. Hello, Sunny. Hello, Gooberling. Side up. Oh, that, yeah, that Splatoon game. That weird Splatoon game they showed at E3. Nah, I don't know. Doesn't look like my thing. Not interested. Apparently I have this. I'm on team experiences for Splatfest. Also, hello, Octoseal. Wow, table turf cards. I care so much about table turf cards. Yeah, let's just get into it. I haven't streamed since last year. This is true. What do we want to do today? Also, I got I got a new monitor for Christmas actually, and it's funny because it's an ultra wide monitor, which Switch games obviously don't even work with, but it is it has a higher refresh rate, so maybe I'll be better at the game now. Who knows? Probably not. I'll probably still be distracted by chat and be ranting about stuff, but yeah. I don't know, that it won't really be noticeable on your end, but maybe it will if I win more games. We'll see. What do we want to go with here? Oh boy. When does it oh, it just changed. Oh boy. Okay. No, these are okay. They're okay. These are not very good rotations, are they? This one's all right, actually. We'll mess around. I don't know. We'll start here. Maybe we'll go into open a bit later. Oh, was there? I didn't even look at the colors. Is there a white ink team? Well, I didn't think that. I don't know. I haven't looked at the thing in a while. I guess I could. I don't know. I always feel like I should wear the Splatfest tee to level up, but it's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste chunks replacing the ability doubler. I don't want to not have abilities when I'm playing, and then, like, I don't know. I just level up the ship during Splatfest anyway. Present is white. Okay, it's always Big Man. So Big Man has his seasonal fest luck and white ink on his side. But Team Money has also won, like, every time, hasn't it? I don't know if it won in Splatoon 1. But it won... Actually, I don't remember if it won in 2 either. I think it did. I think it was Money... Pearl won Money in 2, and Shiver won Money earlier in Splatoon 3, when it was the other fest, I think. Hello, Cosmic Cupid. Yeah, it's been a bit because I didn't stream last week. But hope you guys have been doing good. I know I still, well, I was gonna say I haven't uploaded, but I did the AMV. So I didn't talk about the AMV thing at all, beforehand, because I wasn't sure if I was gonna finish it, or if I would even, like, make it public. But yeah, that was fun. I've been watching a bunch of Games Cage, who is the guy who held that AMV contest, and I'm like, sure, what the hell, I can edit something for this, and obviously I made a Splatoon edit, so that was cool. I feel like I could have done more with it, maybe. I don't know, I kind of was, like, running out of time towards the, I mean, it turned out pretty good, I think. It made it till, like, round 3 in the contest, which I was surprised. My goal was to just make it into round 2. But yeah, that was kind of cool. It was very fun to see, them and chat react to it, so I'm glad I did it. Hope that our experiences get us the win, yeah. Doo-doo. I'm older than Splatoon, but not as popular. Well, I think it is hard to be as popular as a several million copy selling video game, but yeah. Oh, it's just the same. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It's the same colors. Hello. See, low-key, I feel like I would have not won that interaction on the old monitor. I might be coping, but I don't know. I feel like it might be helping. And if it isn't, then I'm gonna placebo myself into thinking it does, because then maybe I'll play better anyway. Oh shoot. Okay. Oh yeah, I was so never into any FNAF community stuff at all, so it's like, I don't know, that doesn't that doesn't feel as weird to me, because like, yeah, I remember people talking about FNAF when I was in like middle school, so that kind of checks out. Okay. Okay, yep, I'm bad. Monitor did not stop me from positioning badly. But yeah, hope you guys all had a good holiday season. Oh god. Any game you want to know more about but couldn't because of time or language barrier? Not necessarily. I guess I didn't finish Yume Nikki, but that wasn't really because of like time. I just like couldn't figure it out. I don't know. It's like a very cryptic game where you just kind of like walk around. And I think there's like multiple endings and I didn't get any one. So I mean, I just didn't put enough time into that game. It wasn't really from like a lack of time. I don't know. There aren't too many like games I would say I've been restricted by a language barrier. Like, if a game isn't in English, I probably just don't know much about it to get invested in the first place. It doesn't have, okay, well, I don't know. Whatever it has, I feel like I got stuck in a loop where I was just seeing the same stuff and I didn't really know how to like progress, I guess. Which I know it's not really like, it is just kind of about experiencing the different areas. And I don't really, you know, I don't think it's a game that's like really about the ending as much as it is about the journey, but I don't know. It was cool. I enjoyed it, and I know the like the history of it is neat and what it has influenced. Obviously, I'm like I'm into indie RPGs. So you know, I just wanted to see it for that reason, but yeah. I don't remember how many. I figured like some things out. Like I got like. I don't remember the number I had. I know I had like both the snow and like the rain effect, and I figured out that you could like put out the fire in that one place by activating them. But then it just was like this other big room that I didn't know what to do. So I don't know. I don't have much of an opinion on Persona. I tried watching like people stream it and like my friends played in Discord, and it just doesn't really, I don't know. It doesn't really seem like something for me. Like, I like story in games, but if it's a thing where it's like 80% of the game is just like listening to voice acted dialogue, I don't know. I'm not really into that. And the combat just doesn't look all that crazy to me either. But I don't know. I haven't played a Persona game, so maybe it's better than I think it is. Maybe I could like stream Yume Nikki. I feel like no one would watch that. I don't know. I could get some like Deltarune people in to watch like some obscure stuff, but I don't know. I feel like Yume Nikki would either be like, no one is watching and the two people who are just as confused as me, or it's like one person backseating and telling me what to do. And I don't really want either of that. So, although maybe I need someone to backseat me to finish it, but I don't know. I think I'll return to it someday. No game which is basically Monopoly Plus and it has English, but for some reason it only sells in Hong Kong eShop. Okay, that is very specific, but that is weird. I hope Money doesn't win. If Money wins both of the... well, I tweeted when they announced it, like, guys, we cannot let Alone and Money win the Holiday Fest. Like, come on. We can't... We're not that depressed, surely. I know basically nothing about Black Myth Wukong. I literally, like, I barely heard about it before the Game Awards, and then there were a bunch of people just coming out saying, like, Black Myth Wukong, amazing, should win every award. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't know. It's just not really within my sphere, I guess, of, like, content creators I watch or whatever, and I just didn't even really hear about it until after the fact. Oh, the Kraken shielded that guy. Oh my god. I mean, that's not, like, you know, the weirdest thing in the world. I'm just annoyed that it works so well. Okay. Guess two of your friends and they both said Money? I think most of the people I know are either experiences or presents. I don't know. I mean, it is... The question isn't specifically about the holidays. It just says, like, which would make you happiest. So I do think Money is, like, valid in the sense that it's, like, you know, if you have food and security and then enough money to also have fun, you know, you can make experiences happen if you have money. I get that argument. But I feel like, you know, if the experience is the end goal, you know, like, you're not getting money. Are you getting money for the sake of just having money and feeling like you have money, or to use that money to do something fun? Like, I feel like if the experience is the point of the money, then you should be experiences. So that's, I don't know. That would be my argument. And I'm not presents because it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of just at a point where, like, if I want something, I just buy it. I'm bad at giving presents too. Obviously, that's not what it's about. But I don't know. I would rather just go out as a group and do something fun rather than having, like, the pressure of receiving or giving a present. Yeah, but I don't know, like, as much as I get not wanting to, like, risk, you know, getting something you don't want and just throwing it out, I do feel like Money as a gift is, I don't know, at least a gift card. Like, at least give a gift card to a, like, sort of specific place, I feel like. You know, rather than just straight up money. Because then it's at least, like, a little bit personalized. Oh my god, I should have been able to win that fight. It's funny to choose the morally worst answer. I mean, that's fine too. I don't know which will be the mirror match team. I mean, they should be pretty even this time around, I think. I don't know. I always do feel like it's valid to just choose the... Not that Money will be the least popular team. I've actually, from a couple of just, like, community polls I've seen, Money has been equal, if not one of the highest, so... I don't know, but I don't know. I think it's valid to choose the unpopular team just to not get mirror matches, but I don't know what it would be this time. It might actually be Presence. Actually, you know, that's what's going to happen. Presence is going to be the least popular, then they're going to win, because everyone else will get mirror matches. That's probably exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to switch out this weapon. Let's try... I always just play 96 and Forge on stream now, I feel like. I don't know, it's kind of my two main weapons at the moment. Maybe I should branch out a little bit. I actually did that, Sheldon... They had, like, the random gear and random weapon challenge, which I don't think I had actually played before. It's actually really fun. Like, I actually like that a lot, because it kind of puts everyone on, like, even footing, because most people are gonna not really, you know what they're doing with the weapon they're given. I really just wish challenges, you know, didn't suck in the way they were implemented. I know that's like the most popular opinion ever, but yeah, I really wish that was at least just a more common one, because it is really cool. It just is such a like default mode of the game. I feel like to like, yeah, just the game but random. Like, I wish that was just an option, at least in private battles. I don't think the mirror matches will be too bad. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like experiences and presence are like the same, you know, more the same crowd of people. It's just like, do you like, you know, memories or like material things, but still material things that are, you know, given to you with thoughtfulness by a person you care about. So it's not like just money. I don't know. I think it will be a pretty even split between them. Also, I just remembered when I saw my splash tag, I finally got the gold tower control badge, which I wanted for a very long time. I just got it. Of course, I didn't get it on stream or like during a cool game. It was actually that Sheldon challenge, the random challenge where I was like half paying attention to the game. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Finally got it. It's like been one of the badges I wanted the most. I don't know why. It's not like, I mean, it's just like a, you know, a one you would get eventually from playing the game. It's like 1,000 wins in tower control is the requirement. But I don't know. Tower control has historically been my favorite mode, and I think the badge looks really cool. And it's one I've wanted pretty much since the beginning of the game. So it is nice to finally have it. I'm still missing Rainmaker and Clam Blitz. Clam Blitz I'm sure I'm gonna get like a year from now. I play so much less Clam Blitz than the other modes, so. Rainmaker, I feel like I gotta be pretty close. Shoot. Oh, Money did lose before. Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure if you're on Team Money, you want it to have the comeback. Personally, I think Team Money losing was a good thing. Oh god. I don't really want this ball. Please. Please. Okay. And that's a disconnect, and we lost the game. Okay, awesome. Well, I'm not gonna throw, but I don't have a lot of hope. Nice. That was, yeah, I don't know, I panicked. I saw the bomb and just didn't know what to do. Kind of forgot Springfest happened. Yeah, I mean, I think Springfest is definitely the worst of the seasonal events. Like the god-awful song that plays in the lobby. Kinda killed it for me, I think, to be completely honest with you. Still, I think literally like the worst song in the Splatoon franchise. I did put it in bottom tier in my tier list, right? I think I did. I honestly don't think we're getting either score buns. I think a kick creator in private battle is probably less likely. But I pretty much lost any hope for third kits. It is below the Ink Theory one? Yeah, it should be. That's where I would put it now. Oh my god, I just accidentally hit Y. Okay, that game was not gonna happen. We had 3v4. I could try 52. 52 is kind of a brain-off weapon, but maybe that's what I need right now. Okay, but if we're 2 minutes into the game, then we could have come back. I don't know. A person disconnecting is never a good thing. I'd rather take my loss if I get a loss. Or I'd rather just always have a chance to win, is more of the thing. But yeah, I don't think third kits. I don't know. I really genuinely had hope all the way up until the end of King's Cup. But now I really just don't. Do I really not play 52? There it is. How much have I played this in this game? Okay, not even 4-star. That's actually kind of surprising. I played 52 a lot in Splatoon 2. I'd probably rather have like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with my shot build, I think. The special power, yeah. Special, yeah. We'll just go with shot build. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I firmly believe you should not just give up mid-game. I mean, it's just bad sportsmanship, obviously, but yeah, I mean, you should always have hope that your team can come back. Because Splatoon is a fast-paced enough game that, like, you really can come back from anything, I feel. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes your comp just sucks or the map sucks, but most cases, there is a way. Yeah, I mean, the fact that balance patches have already died down, like, they'd kind of just have to ramp them up again if they did third kits. It's just been too long. Like, I just think realistically, I don't know. I mean, I would hope we would maybe see some kind of Splatoon content in 2025. Switch 2 is coming soon. We're not getting Splatoon 4 this year, obviously. I think that would be insane, and there's no reason to expect that. But, you know, maybe, I feel like this is when we would get a spin-off game, to be completely honest. Like, I still have conflicted feelings about the existence of a spin-off game, but, you know, new console, 10th anniversary of the series. I guess that's it, but I don't know. There's not, like, much reason to believe it would happen, but if it would happen, I think now would be the time, I guess. I just hope there's something. I hope there's something more than just, like, a piece of art for the 10th anniversary, I guess. But maybe even that is copium. But yeah, I mean, I really think this is Splatoon 3 as it is going to be at this point. I think it's ready to accept that this is the game. This is what we have in the game. And I'm fine with that. Like, I don't know. I would have liked third kits, but I'm genuinely content. Like, you know. I don't know. The Splatoon hype cycle is over for me regardless, I think. Like I'm still playing the game. I'm still having fun with the game, but it's not a thing where it's like, you know. I think the vibe kind of changes. You know, you have the new game, you have all the new content, and the excitement kind of carries, and now it's just, you know, now it's just the game. It's just Splatoon 3. We just hop on and have some fun. That's exactly what you said last night to one of your friends, word for word. Yeah. I mean, and I think we should expect that. I think we should expect that it's just a piece of art. But, I don't know. I mean, other exciting things will be happening for Nintendo. So, even if it isn't a Splatoon year, you know, I still want to cover, like, Switch 2 stuff. Like, I mean, I don't know what form that will take, but I don't know. I'm excited for the new console, whatever it may be. I don't believe any of the leaks, by the way. I think literally all of the leaks are fake. They pretty much always are fake. Nintendo hardware has, like, basically never leaked ever, as far as I'm aware. And all of the current leaks are, like, extremely easy to fake. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that, but I just want the reveal to happen, you know. Oh god. What was the end of Splatoon 2? I don't know when the last... It was Sheldon, because Tony Kent's collection came before Sheldon's Picks, right? So I guess Sheldon's Picks Collection 2? I think there were 2 updates. I think there was Sheldon's Picks 1 and Sheldon's Picks 2. And that would be the end of Splatoon 2, and that was in 2019? I believe. Yeah. Well, I don't know, the thing with the leaks is like, oh, it's like all these different, like, case manufacturers, like, supposedly got the model of the Switch so they could start making, you know, merchandise, which seems like not really a thing Nintendo would do anyway. I don't know why Nintendo would be helping these third-party Switch case makers. Like, I don't really feel like they normally have interaction with those companies. And they had, like, the X and Y button swapped, which is like, why would Nintendo at this point swap the X and Y buttons? Like, I feel like that just immediately disproves it. Like, it's so stupid. I don't know. I just think it's weird how, I don't know, like, I don't want to sound stupid and be like, oh, everyone's so gullible, and then it turns out that it's real, but it's like, I just think it's strange how quick people are to believe things. Oh, if we're talking about the meta of Splatoon 2 ending, it was awful. I mean, I still genuinely think that's, like, the worst state of any Splatoon game ever. I mean, that's why I'm very, very harsh on Splatoon 2 multiplayer, because I just think it ended in, like, the worst state possible. I genuinely, I mean, I don't know. It's sad to say, but MPU just actually ruined the game. Like, MPU, Tenta Missiles, K-52, the specials sucking, like, yeah. Endgame Splatoon 2 sucks, and it just kind of always will suck. Unless, you know, I mean, you can enjoy it casually. I don't know. At whatever level I'm at, playing S plus X rank Splatoon 2, I think is terrible at this point, compared to Splatoon 3 and 1. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole... I hate leak culture in general. I don't like hardware leaks bother me less because it's not like a spoiler. Like, you know, I want to see the hardware as soon as possible, and if there was a real leak, I would look at it, but there's just never real leaks there. After the Switch 1 leaks and how stupid and out there those were, and how they did not actually get the console right at all, I don't believe it anymore. Yeah, bamboo was no longer an honest weapon. I mean, I just don't know what they're thinking. Like, that's like the only thing. I feel like lots of decisions in Splatoon, especially with like patches, you're like, why did they do that? Like, that's such a weird change. That's either like a big change that seems stupid, or like is just a weird minor change that doesn't seem impactful. And then it turns out like, oh, okay, like, yeah, this actually does kind of change the way people play this weapon or interact with this special or whatever. MPU came out, I'm like, this is a terrible idea. Damage up was the thing that made everything broken and unbalanced in Splatoon 1. Why would they bring damage up back and only give it to some weapons and not put in defense up in the game at the same time? And as far as I'm concerned, that was the correct opinion. Like, it turned out, okay, MPU just made the game less balanced. It didn't really... Like, there's probably some instances of like, okay, there were less picked options that benefited from MPU, but then all the strongest options just also benefited from MPU. So like, it didn't balance anything. It's just the weak weapons became stronger, but so did the strong weapons. So I don't know. I hate MPU so much. It's genuinely the worst decision ever made in the Splatoon series. I will never forgive them for that. I think, like, I don't know, competitive players, I think generally didn't like it, but there were situational uses for it, and they weren't that harsh on it. Like, I haven't heard most people be as harsh on it as me, at least since, like, the time of Splatoon 2. But I think casually, MPU, for sure, was the worst thing to ever happen to the game, at least. Only, I mean, yes, Dan, if you like that weapon, I won't stop you from liking that weapon. I know that is your favorite thing in the entire Splatoon series, but even, I don't think MPU helped that either, so... Shoot. That was stupid. Yeah, I mean, I want to go to Turf War personally, but none of the rotations are very good right now in ranked. Oh, okay, never mind. That was looking good for a second. That's not worth approaching. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what weapon to play, and someone recommended 52. I mean, I can switch a different viewer recommendation. I don't know. I don't normally do that, but I don't know what to play right now. If anyone wants to give me a weapon for next game. Ah, okay. I'm not doing opening gambit. I don't like opening gambit. I'm just not consistent enough. Like, probably in more of my games than not, I rush in and die at the start of the game, if I'm being completely honest. I just don't think opening gambit is ever going to be worth it for me. Oh. Oh, nice. Alterna amiibos. I forgot I had those. Low-key. I have not used the gear from them at all, but they are cool. I'm glad they fixed the captain hat too. Not that I play as Inkling Boy with a top knot hairstyle, but if I did, that is my Agent 3. Hey, don't make me play H3. I saw, okay, Dreadringer was posted first, so I'm gonna do Dreadringer. I can try H3, but it's like literally my worst weapon in the game, I think. You convinced someone to buy Splatoon 3, nice. Yeah, and like there is still time left. There's still Splatfest too. I don't know. Now is not a terrible time to get into the game. I know some people got into Splatoon 2 really late, like after Final Fest. Which is weird to think about from my perspective, but I don't know. I think going into the game without the hype cycle would also be kind of nice, because then there's no pressure, you know? Like there's not like you have to get on to do all these events to be there with the community. It's like, oh, just, you know, just get on the game. You did say bamboo first. Fair enough. I know you, okay, you're the guy who always asks for bamboo, but I guess you did say it first. I can try a bamboo game. Okay, just checking if I stole the ticket. Bamboo. What do you do with a bamboo? I do not know. I probably like that bamboo more. The second one. I'll do this. I have no idea what you wrote on bamboo. Do I not have like a special charge hat? These are the only hats I have built? Maybe I do need to make more builds in this game. Surely I have something else, right? But why would it... Huh. Well... Oh yeah, and Frosty Fist gear exists. So you can do that now. Wow. Screw it. Let's just... I don't know. Sure, this is terrible build. I'm just throwing on whatever. Okay, let's not play Clan Blitz with this. Well, I want to play zones, but X rank is maybe a bad idea. We'll go to tower. We'll go to tower. After 2 years, it's a grant. Okay, well, Dan, you're like insane. You're the other end of this, where you have like 30 builds for the same weapon. Like I was saying this the other day to some friends, but it's like, if there were like 30 slots for freshest fits, I'm convinced I would fill them. I just, because they added the freshest fits option, I'm way too lazy to manually switch out and like remember my gear now. So the fact that there are only 5 slots, I only make like 5 builds. And I've swapped out like, you know, my less used ones for other weapons a few times, but I just wish there was more presets. Oh yeah, that gray hairline, I feel like is... I don't know if it's been referenced that many times, but I feel like it was like, people found it funny. I feel like it's persisted longer than I would have expected it to. Look, when I'm in the training room, my brain is entirely off. I'm normally like looking at chat and just pressing ZR, so don't judge me too hard, okay? I definitely think I've gotten like a lot worse at the game. Like oh god. Well, yeah. Case in point. But I played a lot around launch. And you know, obviously I play less now. I mostly play on stream. I maybe play like a couple other times during the week. But yeah, I'm worse when I play on stream because I'm distracted, and I think I'm just a lot worse in general because I'm always rusty. So, yeah, I don't, I try not to tie my, my ego too much to my skill at the game because it's not really a priority at this point. Streamer is washed, I'm afraid to say. I don't know, I fully committed to being a lore guy, so that people cannot expect good gameplay from me. And my thing is, like, I feel like I have a lot of game knowledge, I just don't use it. Like, I feel like I have a pretty decent understanding of what high-level play of the game looks like, and I think if I fully locked in, I could, like, be decent, but I just, you know, I don't try. And I'm not saying that, and, like, you know, obviously trying is what separates a good player from a bad player. I'm not saying I'm, like, secretly really good. I'm just saying, you know, I'm justifying how I'm still bad at the game after 10 years, is what I'm trying to say. Oh my god. I mean, that was at least a busy kill. Kinda cool, almost. You're the only one who actively plays? Yeah, sorry. This is not a service offered on my channel. Good gameplay. Okay. Well, when I played it, yeah, I mean, Final Grind, honestly, I think I was pretty trash throughout most of Final Grind, but Final Grind I was trying to lock in. I mean, maybe that's even more sad, but... Well, Final Grind I was also bad at doing commentary. Like, I was new to YouTube, so I was... My problem with gameplay commentary at first, and I'm not like, you know, amazing at it now, even, I would say, like, if I don't know, I don't really do videos anymore for gameplay, where I'm, like, commentating over what I'm doing. I guess the most recent example would be Side Order. But I had this idea in my head that I'm like, okay, well, you can't just sit there silently and play the game. You know, you have to say things. So I overcorrected and was like, I always have to say things. So I was, like, constantly trying to, like, always be saying something, and I think that just led to, like, you know, way too much of my attention was on just, like, getting words out of my mouth to the point that I, like, could barely pay attention to the game at the same time. So I don't know. I also think I was playing on lower sense than I should have been. I only very recently realized, because I think what happened is, like, you know, Splatoon 1 sensitivity is, like, by default, it's more sensitive than the other 2 games. I'm not sure exactly why that is. Like, part of it is that, you know, the gamepad is more responsive, but it's also just like, yeah, just by default, you know, like +1 sensitivity in Splatoon 1 is more sensitive than +1 sensitivity in 2 or 3. For some reason, that's just how the game is designed. So I was kind of fine just playing on default sense for a while, despite I use like +5 motion in Splatoon 2 and 3, but I just play default sense in Splatoon 1. And part of the reason for that is because I would go and replay Octo Valley so much, and I would like actually start playing on like a new save. Like I'd make a new profile on my Wii U, make a new Splatoon save, and replay all of Octo Valley, and I was too lazy to always change the sensitivity, or like just forgot to a lot of the time, because it felt like close enough. But then just recently, when I was playing on Pretendo, I turned up the sense in Splatoon 1, and I'm like, wait a minute. This, like, makes the game feel way better to play. Like, I should have been doing this the whole time. So, if I ever, you know, I still play Splatoon 1 sometimes. If I ever do another Splatoon 1 stream, hopefully my gameplay would be better. And I think for most of Final Grind, I was, like, nerfing myself by playing on low sense, because I was still switching between Splatoon 2 and 1 at the time, you know, to do that. So, yeah, basically longest explanation for an excuse, but I do think I was genuinely nerfing myself on accident throughout most of Final Grind. Bringing back hide and seek Pvs, I think they might be more your speed. Okay, bro. I like Nautilus. Nautilus is very fun in this game. I think -1 is the default, which is weird. I always thought like just 0 should be the default, but I don't know. I like cranking it up. I like high sense, but it's mostly a, you know, just a preference thing. Do people hate Naut? I'm not aware of the Nautilus hate. People hated it in Splatoon 2 because it was good. Or no, people hated Ballpoint. I don't know. I've always had pretty neutral thoughts on Nautilus, I guess. Neutral to positive. Okay, well, Dan is a reflux or a Naut hater apparently. Okay, Dreadringer. I like made this for Dreadringer and then never leveled it up. So I guess we shouldn't do that. I'll just roll with like this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to run on Dread, but when in doubt, shot build. Because oh, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I guess that is sort of a weird trend where Splatoon 2 weapons would get like, you know, the things that deviate furthest from just like the basic version of the weapon would normally be good. Well, I guess Gootuber sucks. But, like, you know, like Nautilus and Ballpoint were really good in Splatoon 2. I don't know if there are actually other examples. The point I was trying to make is that like Big Swig and Nova and stuff, like lots of the Splatoon 3 main weapons are kind of bad. But then Pencil exists. Okay, I don't think I actually have a point I'm making here. Never mind. It's just depends. Well, Tri-Slosher at the start of Splatoon 2 was, yeah, there was good reason to hate that. Your hatred for weapons will keep on growing and fuel your gameplay. I mean, if that's what works for you. Also, I was 100% looking at chat and did not even see that bomb. This is what I'm talking about. The red Arashi weapon? Oh, Dread, right. Chara, I get it. Sorry, I like forgot what the meme was for a second. Okay. I know there's a dude here. Oh, they're there. I thought they were climbing. Come on. There we go. I do like this weapon. I'm not very... Oh my god. I'm just doing this to survive, and it worked. Cool. That's a Kraken. I literally always say, that's a Kraken. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know if that's annoying. Every single time I encounter a Kraken, I'm like, oh boy, that's a Kraken. Like, I feel like I don't do that for any other special, but like, it's just a subconscious thing. I guess it's just me, like, panicking, but I don't know. Whatever. Come on. Come on, okay, okay, well. White woman spotted core? Sure. Ah! Sorry. Well, okay. Why did I say sorry? Who am I apologizing to? I don't know I did that. I guess you guys for yelling? I don't know why. Sometimes my... Dude, my brain right now is on something else. Quality commentary on Cosmic Cloud. You get bad gameplay and bad commentary. That's what you guys are here for. Oh god. It's okay, I forgive you. Well, thank you. Yep, my intel shows me there's an enemy Kraken approaching. Oh. I want to use this reach slider. Okay. You can die. Oh, double kill? 0 kills. Never mind. I thought I would roadkill that guy for some reason. I really thought I would run them over. Okay, never mind. You know what? You know what? It's fine. Well, talking about lore doesn't normally... I mean, I don't know. Talking about lore normally makes me play worse, I think. But maybe we can, like, do the reverse today, because I'm actually trying to focus and I'm doing bad. Okay. I wish I moved out of the way, but I'll take the assist. It does kind of feel like there should be a sound effect for doing that. For crushing someone with reach slider. I was gonna say perhaps in Splatoon 4, but I really hope reach slider does not come back. So I actually, by the way, I have like a lot of video ideas. Like I know I kept saying like, don't worry guys, I'm definitely still making Splatoon 3 content. But I feel like I've just like increasingly actually been coming up with more and more ideas for things to talk about, which is good. Obviously, but now I don't know like what order to do things in. And scoping is always a problem for me. I really want to make like smaller videos just so I can be a little bit more consistent with the uploads. I wanted to get out something else, but so I was basically, I'm making the big side order lore video that I've been talking about, and I was getting kind of burnt out on it, so I'm like, oh, maybe I'll come up with like some other thing. So I started working on that for like a day, and then I started going back to the side order video because I had a bunch of like, not like new ideas, I guess, but the writing for whatever reason like came to me, and I it started flowing. So now I think I think the next upload will just be the side order video. Next like actual upload anyway. I don't know if there will be other random stuff like the AMV contest, probably not, but yeah, hopefully there's, long wait time, big side order video, and then hopefully like a couple of smaller-ish videos. So, I mean, yeah, I know people like the longer videos. I just, for my own sake, it helps with motivation to get out smaller stuff and get feedback and reactions to it, in between the giant projects. That did happen once, cool dude, you're right, but I think that was the exception. Oh yeah, it's a lot of Bon Color Walker stuff. So I ordered Bon Color Walker. It's in Japanese, but I ordered a copy for myself and it's still not here. Which I know stuff from Japan takes forever, but it feels kind of insane. But yeah. I could do viewer battle. Oh, I meant to switch weapons. I thought okay, well, I just kind of mindlessly continued there. We can, as long as I'm playing open, I guess I could. So next time, if I remember it. I ordered it the day it came out. So I don't know. Should we talk about the backstory of the Octobrush? I hate that, like, I actually have something. I mean, there's nothing like canon, as far as I'm aware, really, about the Octobrush. But I did always like the idea because it's kind of like carved out of wood and called the Octobrush, that it would have been like a traditional like Octarian weapon, which is why I expected Octavio to be the brush paladin side order. I think I remember talking about that a lot during my playthrough, but I'm pretty sure all of that is just like headcanon. I don't think that's really necessarily implied. I like Paintbrush. I think Paintbrush is fun. Okay, I thought I could maybe do something there, but it did not work out. Dread with like a chip sub-weapon really would be so good. Oh, okay. Honestly, that trade was fine. The only brush that doesn't physically hurt to use, yeah. I kind of just wish it had more range. I don't know. Because I feel like the problem with Paintbrush in terms of balance is just that the wind-up takes so long that, you know, the time to kill is effectively really bad. Like, you can't really react to people, like, sharking or whatever. So I feel like they should, like, you know, trade that off with some other benefit that it doesn't have. Like, but it having, like, as wide of a spread as it does with range would be annoying, so I don't know. I wish there was some buff they could do to it, but I do enjoy the weapon. Alright, I have to do the pool. So yeah, feel free to join if you want. Yeah, it is annoying. That's another thing with it, is like movement. I mean, that's why I like it with Curling Bomb, to be fair. But yeah, the fact that you have to like wait for it to paint your feet. Any weapon like that, like that's why I don't play heavy weapons in Splatoon, because if you're stuck in enemy ink and you have to like wait for like starting lag, this isn't a good example, but if you have to like wait for starting lag to paint under your feet, it just feels kind of awful to me. Like like the reason I never play Dynamo. Okay, well this is a bad example because it has Sprinkler, but imagine it didn't have Sprinkler, and it's like I'm stuck in enemy ink. Actually, here. I don't know why I feel, I mean, you guys probably know what I'm talking about, but if I'm like stuck in enemy ink with any other weapon, I could just like doop, and then I'm out of it. With roll, or it's like ugh, and it's like I don't know. It's I just don't like the feeling of it. How do you join? You go to this tab, press plus, do Cosmic Cloud, and then I send an invite, and it pops up here. Full name is just Cosmic Cloud here. I can type it. Cool. Cosmic Cloud, one word. Okay. Was the next thing H3? Oh, sorry, I have to, yeah. I think the next recommendation was H3D. I don't know, I mean, again, this is not gonna go well. D. That's L3. Oh my god. I was like, actually, I like that kit, and then it was not the weapon. Oh right, this is like the cherry one. Okay. We'll give it a try. You know, people call this a cosmic when you when you get all three things. People are like, we should have a name for when you do a single burst with the H3 to kill. And some people call it a cosmic. No relation to me, definitely not, because I'm like literally I think this is my worst weapon in the game, but it's kind of funny. It is a very satisfying sound. Do not expect to hear it in the next game. Yeah, wow, it's like me. I'm the cosmic guy, except definitely not this kind. Despite everything, it's not you. Wahoo. Wahoo world. I do hope, I know I say this all the time, but it would be nice if, you know, since main game content is, like, kind of done, I'm hoping more just, like, obscure, which this kind of has been happening, but I hope more tiny YouTubers start popping up, talking about, like, lore and other obscure stuff. I found a few people recently, but, yeah, I don't know. I like that era, or that, you know, that type of community stuff, so perhaps more people will be inspired and talk less about third kits and talk more about I don't know, Smallest or something. This is not good. Okay, they missed. They missed again. This person's as bad as me. Let's go. Never mind. Oh, is there someone else using the Cosmic Cloud pool? That's kind of funny. They might have just, like, forgotten to leave. I don't know if there was a Gabriel here. But it's easy to forget to leave pools. So they could just be opening it for their own purposes. Or there's another, I don't think there's another Cosmic Cloud. Probably another Cosmic. Actually, I know there are other Cosmics in the community. Probably not another Cosmic Cloud. Oh my god. This weapon. Okay, just accidental. Sure. Okay, yeah, I don't know what the plan was there. You don't ever leave the pool? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it doesn't affect me, so. Yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoyed... I'll always say that the best era of Splatoon content for me, I think, was, like, 2019. 2018, 2019. Which, we were still getting content then. Obviously, 2018 was Octo Expansion. But... yeah, I think the dry period is fun. I think, like, that last, like... the worst part... well, I don't know. One of the hardest parts to get through, at least, was definitely, post-Splatoon 3 announcement, but, you know, pre-launch, because they announced it, like, way too early. It was almost definitely delayed with, like, you know, it swapping release dates with Xenoblade, and just, it came out so long after the announcement. It was, like, a year and a half. Where, you know, at that point, everyone was like, oh, Splatoon 3 special designs look so much better, like, the game looks so much better, you know, it's doing all these things that will improve on Splatoon 2, and then we had to, like, go back and play Splatoon 2. Like, I don't know. That point was rough, because, I mean, that's kind of, like, I literally started playing Splatoon 1 again, right? Like, that's why I did Final Grind. And to be fair, I also did, I really like that 100 Days of Splatoon series I did. I still actually, that's, like, one of my favorite things I've done on the channel. Like, even though they weren't that, like, successful or whatever, like, it was just fun to make. I just thought that was, I had a lot of creative ideas. And I kept to the series. I think that was, like, I made a video every 10 days, which is the most consistent my channel has ever been. So, I'm just kind of proud that I managed to do that. I just kind of, like, set a goal for myself and I actually managed to accomplish it. So from my own content, I actually quite like that period, but in terms of watching other people and, you know, being stuck playing Splatoon 2, again, I think it's literally the worst meta in any Splatoon game ever, is endgame Splatoon 2. So, the game wasn't very fun. I mean, I had to, like, beg my friends to get on to do the, you know... people were kind of into the special, like, I did 60 specials in one game video, and I think my friends had some amount of fun with that, but then I did, like, a, getting top 10 in League Battle, And I remember having to like actually like beg them to get on the game. Like, people were just so done with Splatoon 2 at that point. Like, you know, and I'm sure there was still, like, obviously I was making content, so, like, I was still into the game enough, but yeah, like, you generally, yeah, it was, it was more than a year, because it was 3 years. Or unless you mean, like, just Splatoon 3 updates. That's probably what you meant, actually. I'm sorry, I'm kind of back reading chat. I do sometimes I look at chat too much, and sometimes I don't look at chat enough, and I kind of just ramble, and then I have to back read. But yeah. Announce Splatoon 4 tomorrow and release it in 2036. Yeah. I hope the wait is not as bad. I hope they, Do we have 4 people in here already? I think we do. Yeah, okay. Did anyone else recommend a different weapon after H3? Whatever, I don't want to scroll back. I guess just, if you want to recommend me a new weapon, I'll do it, because we're chilling right now. I can do whatever. Yeah, I don't like that you can't see people's levels anymore. I don't know why they get rid of that. Blob. I can do Blob. I don't like Blob, but I'll do it. If you want to, I mean, I don't know. Where's, okay, I was covering Slasher. Do I like, I mean, I like Kraken, but this kid is weird. I don't like angle shooters. I'm gonna go with this one. I can't be bothered to change my build. I'm just gonna run with this gear. Yeah, I literally think they just stopped showing levels because people were like, this matchmaking sucks. I'm level 10 getting paired with a level 90. And then they just don't show it anymore. So now people can't say that because they don't know. It's like, okay, bro. And then you see their, like, you know, gold X rank badge. A salmon run, yeah, I guess that probably was a time for salmon runners. I'm not sure, Carson. I mentioned it earlier, like, I hope we get something more than just, I think, you know, minimum we're getting, like, a piece of art that is hopefully, I hope it's, like, a good one. I don't know, I do feel like, I mean, I love official Splatoon art. I definitely like Splatoon 1 and 2 art a little bit more. There's something about a lot of Splatoon 3 art that just doesn't hit the same. I'm not quite sure what it is. Like, some of it's really good. I don't know. I feel like, I saw a little bit of discussion about this on Twitter. I mean, people talk about this a lot, but Splatoon 1 art just was kind of, it wasn't, how do I put this? Like, the characters looked off-model a lot more often, I think. Like, it kind of just, because it was, like, a newer series, and they were, like, it was less kind of, like, refined and, like, polished in a way that was kind of cool. Whereas now I feel like all the official art is, like, you know, it's just like, yeah, these are a few inklings just kind of sitting there. Like, I don't know. I feel like they're less experimental with it. And it's a little bit less exciting. But also, you know, it's just nostalgia for the old art too, I'm sure. Oh. But yeah, I hope they do like, I hope they do something more than a piece of art for the 10th anniversary is what I was saying, but I hope the piece of art too, assuming we get it, which I do think we would, I hope they go all out with it, you know, I hope it's like has like all of the promo inklings, maybe, or like, you know, all the idols. I don't know what they would go with, but I hope it's something cool. Because it would be nice, you know, it may be, I don't know, I think it's fair to look forward to it. It's obviously not much compared to like a game announcement or whatever, but, you know. I think they ought to recognize the series in a meaningful way. A poster, yeah, like a poster would be cool. Are you there? Okay, tell if that person died? They did. Okay, it looks like they just got, like, consumed by the tower. I did not see when they actually died. Also, wow, Blob really is brain dead. I did not have to think that game, and we knocked out. Hit them with the cloud. I guess I did use a cloud at the end. That's true. They're not. I mean, they're not announcing it on the 10th anniversary. We're not getting Splatoon 4 news this year. I really hope we do not. Like, because that would just mean the game is rushed. Like, that would be a bad sign. We don't want that. We, as a community, we should not want Splatoon 4 announced this year. Trust me. Keep having to scroll to change or to see the weapon. Where did I ask people to recommend weapons? Okay, I don't actually see it now. I literally forget all the other weapons people said. Someone said paintbrush. Can I can't select it fast enough. Let's just play Stamper. Sorry. Oh, never. We literally backed out. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Well, okay. I can play paintbrush, but also why? I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind. Where are the weapons? I'm just like scrolling up and I just literally can't find it. Okay, I'm just gonna play paintbrush. Maybe I should ask people to recommend just like after the end of each game, and I'll pick one because I don't want to have to keep like scrolling up in chat. That's gonna get annoying. If I can navigate the menus I've been using for 2 years, maybe I could. There we go. Definitely this one. Don't I have a brush build? I swear I had a brush build. I'm thinking of like my Splatoon 2 brush build. Did I really never make a brush build in this game? That's weird. I swear maybe I really do need to actually work on making more builds. Okay, well, let's do something like this. Oh, I think yeah, it was some combination of like other gear. I don't know. We'll try this. Oh, see ya, Gooberling. Sorry, you could not see paintbrush gameplay. True, actually, true. I would love if they did like a Splatoon anime, or like now would be the time. I would want that over a spin-off, to be honest. I just some other, you know, multimedia thing, you know, or you know, expanding Splatoon 2 a multimedia franchise. A Splatoon like show, even just like a small animated series. And the manga does not count. The manga does not count. We're not talking about that. Why? They all have Fizzy Bomb? Okay. Weird for tower control on Mincemeat, but okay. Splatoon theme park? I mean, for sure the next Nintendo World thing is gonna be like Hyrule, right? Like Mario, Donkey Kong. I mean, surely Zelda is next. I think it'd be cool if they... I can't remember if I talked about this on stream or was just talking about it with my friends. It would be cool if they ever did like a, you know, like an Inkopolis Plaza at Universal Studios. But I just don't know. They could probably get away with doing that in Japan. I don't know if they would do it in the West. I feel like it's not big enough. Yeah, Octawave, you can join when someone leaves. Yeah, Splatoon anime would be huge. Like, I mean, I would do, like, reaction streams for that. I don't know. I think I would have a really fun time with that. I mean, Really? I died from that? Sorry, huh. I didn't think Super Chump... I thought I destroyed the one on the right, and I also didn't know 2 Super Chumps could kill you. Did they buff that at some point? I think they did. Okay, anyway. Wow, I'm dead. I don't know how I died to chumps. That was embarrassing, honestly, but... Okay, there we go. I'm gonna play this more paintbrushy and actually shark. That killed, wow. Chumps are actually really annoying on this map because of how narrow it is. Really? Okay, I mean, yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah, I wonder how they would do voice acting in it, because part of me, like, would... I don't know. It would be a little jarring to just have, like, full English voice acting, to be honest. I actually really like how, shoot, oh my god. That one animatic I talk about a lot, the, Taco Suba Heartbeat, I think is what it's called. You know the one, probably. The Stoop Jam one. Stup Jam? I don't know how to say the person's name either who made it. And I'm sorry, but yes, very good Marina animatic. Where they actually just, like, I'm not even sure how they did it, actually, but they, you know, they just used the voice blips, like Splatoon-type voice blips, and had subtitles. Rather than doing voice acting. And I don't know, that would feel a little silly, I guess, but I low-key maybe think I would prefer that over full, like, actual voice acting. For, like, an official Splatoon anime. How long has the stream been going? Like over an hour, a little over an hour. Whoa! Okay, I'm surprised I lived. Dude, this team is actually so annoying, this comp. It's just all chip damage. Okay. Dude, come on. Nope, okay. I mean, didn't expect there to be 3 of them right there, in my defense. Yeah. That was not a great game. I mean, it's mincemeat. When does rotation change? Still 40 minutes? Okay. So that was awful. Yeah, not great. I'll take a new weapon now, though, if anyone has an idea. Yeah, they were all fizzy. It was yeah. Also, Octawave, it's you go to this, the 3rd tab, press plus, type in Cosmic Cloud. Splatter shot? I mean, okay, if we want to win. For the love of God. I would not mind. You could see real good gameplay from me for the first time since the last time I played Splattershot. This doesn't count as a good gameplay, by the way. If I mess up the dummies, don't worry about that. Oh, I didn't actually see who left, but I guess we have an open space. If someone wants to hop in right now, feel free. Cool. You just spot, you know, I know shooters are like the basic weapon. Well, actually no, because yeah, they're the basic weapon. I don't know. It's always interesting to me when people say they don't like shooters, Because it's like, I don't know how you like Splatoon if you don't like the feel of a shooter. Like, you know, a lot of people don't, apparently. I mean, I guess I like the single player so much, so it's weird to me, you know, for how reliant the single player is on the shooter, I wouldn't understand not liking it. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the only weapon I genuinely just, like, really don't like using is Tri-Stringer. Like I said, I don't love Wellstring either, but Wellstring's a little better. It's really Tri-Stringer is the worst one for me. Because it's... The thing I've always said about Stringers is I just don't feel like... You know, for how long it takes to charge, I never feel like the result is worthwhile. I just feel like they don't paint that well. They're, like, really hard to kill with. It's just, it's a high skill floor weapon, and it doesn't feel like the payoff is worth it. Like, I just don't... I feel like I have to try so hard to do really basic things. And it's not even, like, a balancing issue as much as it's just, like, a design issue. It's not an issue. You know, obviously the weapon is fine. The weapon is used by other people. But for me, the reason I don't like it is... Like... I don't know. It is not a satisfying... thing to use for me. I don't know. And I don't love, like, Dynamo. Not really for the same reason. Dynamo is just slow. It's just, it being slow makes it harder to use. And those are my two that I just, like, really cannot get into at all. When is Nintendo releasing Evil Splatoon? I feel like Evil Splatoon was Foam Stars, if anything. Despite me not liking when people compare those games, but I don't know. Oh, I thought I died. I hate it in Salmon Run. I know, like, it's like decent in Salmon Run, or even good maybe, but I do not like using Stringer in Salmon Run at all. Grizzco Stringer is fine. Sure. Tri-Stringer, no. That's my thing with Grizzco and Wellstring. Is like, okay, yeah, it takes 10 years to charge, but then I'm painting this giant area and dealing, like, actually significant damage because the chip damage overlaps. Yeah, well, Evil Splatoon is just Mario Sunshine. Oh god. Or would Splatoon be... Probably Splatoon would be Evil Sunshine. I don't... Whatever. They're getting a lot of Sashimori, which I'm not complaining about. I feel like we always get a lot of them on stream somehow. Cool. Cool. What if they drop Splatoon 4 and the only weapon is bare fists? I don't know. I mean, if the bare fists can use ink, then that works. What if the only weapon is you have to hit people with the ink that comes out when you super jump? What is that? Why are they taunting? They can't, it's just brawling. But wasn't there that one, there's that one sunken scroll that's like a JoJo reference that just shows like buff Octarians beating each other up, right? Does this person like know me or something, or are they like, why are they moving around like that? It's hard to tell if they have a Japanese name. Splatoon having a melee would be funny. I still think, like, I feel like the only form that would ever take is like if like Squid Roll did damage, but I just feel like that's so impractical. Dude, can I stop dying to this duelist who spins in circles after they kill me? Ah, okay. We're not winning this game. Splattershot did not win us that game. I'm still bad. I mean, that's just a Splatana at that point, isn't it? It's not quite a Shoryuken, but it's a upward slash that one-shots. I might just choose a weapon. You know what? I wanna play Tetros. I don't know why, I just feel like it. What if you hacked Grizzco roll into Turf War? Wasn't that literally a challenge? Or was it not? Maybe people wanted that to be a challenge. Never mind, that wasn't a real challenge. I can't remember. I feel like I'm gaslighting myself. I'm not really interested in going to Japan, honestly. Like, I don't know. It would be cool, but like, I currently do not really have a good reason to go. Oh, it's just fast rolling was a challenge. Right. So, I mean, basically the same thing. I don't know if I would. I mean, at most I would like vlog it. IRL streams are not really something I would want to do. I don't know. Do. Hello. Weren't we talking about Gabriel earlier? I forget what the context for that was. I'm team experiences. I have face revealed, yeah. I didn't like make a big deal about it because it's like I don't care, but my face is on the channel. Yeah, once on a stream, and then I did a Riptide vlog. I don't actually show my face until like, because most of it is me filming other people with my phone. But then there's like one point where I got someone to film me, but I don't like, you know, you just have to recognize it by my voice. I don't make a big deal about it. Oh, right, the person who opened the PB you're talking about, right. True, radio. I don't know why you can't squid form through the fence at the top. That's one of my, maybe, I don't know how realistic this is at all, but one of my hopes for Splatoon 4, at least something I've, like, pictured. I don't even know if this is a hope. I just kind of, like, pictured this in my head, and now I like the idea of it, but, like, I love I actually might have described this on stream before, but I imagine like a hub where it's like there's still like the kind of plaza area where there's like the battle tower and all the usual stuff. But then instead of just being like walled off from the rest of the city, you can just like go. And there's just like this whole other area. Like maybe that's like even how you like get into the single player, but they're like just, you know, normally you're restricted, like you're not allowed to use a weapon in the plaza. So it would be that same thing, but then you cross over like a line and then your character gets a weapon. Kind of like how it works in the lobby right now, right? Like if you go to the locker room or the table turf area, your character just unequips their weapon. But then if you walk in, they get it. So it would be just like that, but it's like if you walk out of the plaza, you get a weapon, and then you could just like explore this like other huge area, and it would actually be like interactive and have like platforming. Like it'd basically be like a Octo Valley, Octo Canyon type of thing, but like look like the city. Like I don't know what the point of it would be, is the problem. I don't know what purpose it would serve besides being cool, so I don't know what ever happened. But well, I guess my idea was also that then like you could queue for battles in that area. So it's like, instead of just having ghosts, you know, because I'm pretty sure ghosts are a limitation of like hardware a little bit. Like the reason they look like holograms is because they're like, okay, we can have 2D low FPS versions of the characters while you're waiting for a game. I don't know, it might have been an intentional choice, but I feel like, I don't know, I guess in my vision, you know, you would have like proper like multiplayer interaction, like you could see the other people how you see them normally in matches, but like while you're queuing for a game, you can just like explore. It'd kind of be like a Minecraft PvP like hub, right? Like if you imagine when you're queuing for a game on like a Minecraft server, you know how a lot of them just have like these big areas with like parkour or just like stuff to mess around in? I want something like that. You know, where it's just like you can just do like Splatoon platforming with your friends, like while you're waiting for matches. And obviously you find matches so quickly that I don't know how well that would work, but then it's like you could not be queuing for matches, and you could also just mess around in that area, you know. I don't know, it just almost giving it more of like a kind of MMO type feel, almost like not quite, but like, you know, the sense of just like you're just existing in the world of Splatoon with your friends and not necessarily even like playing the game properly. I think that'd be really fun. I don't know if they would ever do that or if they would put the resources into that, but I would like it. Because Splatsville for me is just like this awkward in-between of like, okay, it's like bigger than the other hubs, but there's still nothing to actually do there. So it's like you can walk around and it's like kind of cool, but like you can't actually like use Splatoon's fun movement because you're not allowed to ink the floor. So it's like, I don't know. I don't really get what the point of Splatsville is besides just looking cool, but I wish it was more interactive. Yeah, something like the Grand Fest venue. Like that's kind of what I feel like gave me the, you know, it put the idea in my head of this like big area, something like maybe that size, maybe even bigger, but like again, like you can actually interact, you can actually paint the floors and stuff, because this will be on Switch too, so it could still look decent and be much bigger in theory. Hopefully. Yeah, I think the lobby is just a weirdly intensive area, Radio, like, because, you know, it still kind of does that thing. Like, they had to patch it where your FPS would drop to, like, 10 every single time you would load into the lobby for, like, 2 seconds. And they patched it, but it, like, still does that a little bit sometimes. And it's, like, the ceiling of the lobby is, like, basically unmodeled. Like, it's just, like, a flat gray, like, texture. So I don't quite know why the lobby is so difficult for the game to handle, but it seems like it is. Like, and like the lockers too, right? Like the locker room unloads if you walk to the other side of the lobby. Like there's so much, like, you know, very obvious kind of optimization going on there. It feels like they're like are just barely able to squeeze it in to the Switch. And it's weird because it doesn't, like, it's a good looking area and it has to, you know, facilitate online communication. So I guess I kind of get why it's intensive, but yeah, something about the lobby I mean, even without the holograms, it feels like it's barely hanging on. So, I guess for whatever reason, yeah, just having actual 7 other, you know, character models would make it struggle, probably. You kind of cooked? Yeah, I think I was just kind of brain off that game, but we did good. Nice job. Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, the server thing isn't really relevant to the lobby, though. Like, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't really know how much, like, CPU it takes to connect to a server. I'm not a tech guy. Like, I don't I don't know the inner workings of it. I forgot this sticker was added. I don't think I realized it was that big. The Lumeria hub person. Oh, they got one on the inside too. Okay, sorry, I was distracted by that. Yeah, I do think a more powerful console will be huge for Splatoon. I just hope they take advantage of it. I don't know. I mean, I hope we get bigger multiplayer maps too, which, like, they don't need to be massive. I want them to be Splatoon 1 sized, at least. I genuinely think just making the maps bigger, like, would solve a lot of problems too. Like, obviously, like, the idea is to have more complexity and more routes and better theming, but if you just make, like, if you just have Mincemeat Metalworks ×2, and, like, it would actually, I think, be a genuinely considerably better map. Just give me more space to work with. Give me more, like, room to approach people. Even if they're fairly linear, I think it would be better. I feel like they wouldn't do a boy band. My hope is, like, one male and one female member, but I don't know. That was some neat Tetra gameplay. Ooh, that was some good Tetra gameplay. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Maybe this is how I become good at the game. There's your one good. I've made this joke a few times, but yeah, the one good gameplay moment of the stream, the one clip where I'm actually decent at the game. Oh boy. I was mostly doing it at live, was hoping it would get the kill. I don't know, it kind of worked out in the end. Do not call me an e-boy. Please do not call me an e-boy. I might make a video about what I want the next single player. Like, for a while I was saying I didn't really have any thoughts, but the thing is, I made a video before Splatoon 3 came out that was like, what I hope the next single player will be. And the truth is, I kind of still agree with what I said in that video, because that is not what Return of the Mammalians ended up being. It's not what Side Order ended up being, but it's still kind of something I want. So I might kind of redo that video, because, I mean, it's also, you know, aged a little poorly with the voiceover and the editing. But, you know, re-express some of those thoughts within the context of Splatoon 4. But that's probably not for a while. Again, I really don't want to make too much, like, speculative content until we have, like, you know, an actual reveal of the game. Ugh. Can we be the menace and steal the Zapfish? Wasn't Octodomes a thing in Splatfest? Yeah, I mean, Marina made stages that appeared to be in Octarian domes. Honestly, we still don't really have great lore for that. Like, obviously Marina's an Octarian, and she made the stages, But yeah, I don't really know why the Inklings were just able to go into these like unoccupied Octarian domes. It is a little strange. They were cool though. Yeah, I heard some people talking the other day, like, what will the role of Little Buddy be going forward? I heard some people suggest that he could show up as a chum, like he could grow up from a small fry into a chum between games, which I think would be cool. But I wouldn't expect it to stay a gameplay mechanic. I already played H3 earlier, and I might just stick with Tetras. I know I didn't do that many weapon requests, but I'm liking the way this is feeling right now. Hopefully we can stop this push. I'm having fun with the weapon. This game is not going nearly as well as the last one. Or was there a last one? Did we win one before this, or is this my first game with Tetras? I actually don't remember. He just got here? Okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, I don't really like how Little Buddy... I'm not gonna go on the rant, so I'll leave it there. I don't like how Little Buddy was handled. I might crash out. Can Agent 3 be a decaying, wrinkly old man in the new game? They're gonna be like 25. I guess compared to most of the Splatoon player base, that is pretty much old man status. I don't know. I hope Captain 3 doesn't show up. Or I hope if they do, they actually do something cool. I don't want it to be an overused thing. I feel like it was like, it worked in Octo Expansion, so then they just like put them in Splatoon 3, and they were there for 2 seconds. Yeah, the Save Our Salmon thing is so weird, how that just never got addressed. Like, it just seems like they wouldn't have done that if they didn't have a solid idea for the story yet, but it seems like they didn't, because that never made any sense. They did one thing. They shaved the hair off the island, and then they fell down and broke their leg or something. Cut some purple grass, yeah. The way I win games is by crashing out, then using the energy from crashing out and harnessing the crash out power to dominate the other team. That is one way to go about it. Yeah, I mean, you guys know me, I don't really rage, but sometimes you do, you know, it's like the sitting up meme. You lose and then you gotta lock in. Sometimes it works. I'm just gonna crash up from these maps, if anything. These rotations have just been so bad today. Oh my god, come on. Glad I got someone there. Oh my god. I mean, I don't want them to retcon Alterna. I just want them to never talk about it again. I mean, not even Alterna, just, you know, Grizz. Like, genuinely, that's best case scenarios for me. It's like, it would be too messy to undo that. Just don't acknowledge it. Just don't keep reminding me that there was randomly a talking bear. Hello, Tori. Don't worry, I swear I'm not mid-Grizz rant. That was just a single sentence, a reply to a comment. Dude, my, like, my cousin's fiance at Christmas, it It wasn't like during, well no, it was, yeah, it was Christmas dinner, I guess. It was like, I don't know. I'm normally pretty quiet at like family gatherings, but like somehow, they started asking me about like, just, you know, what I've been up to and stuff, so I guess my YouTube came up. Basically, eventually, somehow the conversation actually got to him asking me about Splatoon lore, and I I felt like I had to stop myself like every 2 sentences to make sure I wasn't like being super annoying and like ranting. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. So okay, like I won't I won't keep talking about that because I know I could go on for like 10 years if I don't stop myself. Oh god. Please, please. Yeah, I don't know why I was there. Yeah, well, yeah, there's the whole mammalification thing too, because it's like, yeah, I want to know what happened to all of the mammal Octarians, but also, like, I don't just want another story that's like side order 2 of like, oh, now we're saving the mammal ones, like, you know, like, I don't know. I genuinely would just prefer it to not be acknowledged at this point. I think I want to make a video. I was saying earlier, I've been getting a bunch of random video ideas. I want to make a video specifically talking about why I don't want Little Judd to be the antagonist. Because I did not realize how prevalent of like an idea that was. That people either want or like are convinced that Little Judd is going to be, you know, at least antagonistic, if not the antagonist in the next game, and I just think that is stupid and bad. So I kind of want to put my thoughts out there. Also, not that I have anything new to say about this, but we are in the year of Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4. And I am so excited. I'm hoping it's soon. I'm hoping it's like, you know, at least the first half of the year. Hopefully first quarter. But I will be streaming that. And I hope some of you guys would watch, because I would like to have a good time with that when it comes out. Deltarune mentioned on the stream, yeah. I mean, I think the base story mode is always going to be pretty easy. I think if they did a, I mean, I would love a DLC that just has, like, really difficult enemy AI. That'd be kind of awesome. I mean, I've talked about this before, to some extent, but, you know, the idea of, like, Inner Agent 3 type combat, or even as a normal Agent 3, but, like, you know, spread throughout the campaign. Also, I keep seeing other people do that, that survey of, like, ranking every single, or rating every single Deltarune theory. Stuffed Alpaca actually did it, I feel like I kept bringing them up on that stream. They recently put out a video of them doing it. I don't know, it is funny to hear people's thoughts. Do. Hmm. Do. When are we done with mincemeat? 9 more minutes? Okay. Man. Burning hate for H3? I mean, I hate playing H3. Playing against it normally isn't too bad. It's not very good, I think. Oh, Splatoon 1. Oh no, you're different. I thought that was the same person saying that. Splatoon 1 H3 is a different story. That's a whole different thing. I want to play Splatoon 1 more. It's, I don't know. I mean, just... setting up my Wii U isn't very hard. I, like, have it at my desk. It's just, you know, a little bit harder than turning on my Switch and playing Splatoon 3. And also, I mean, the big thing with Splatoon 3, or Splatoon 1, I mean, is, just not having all the weapons. I think I've said that before, but yeah, if I could just, like, sit down and grind one day and just, I mean... You can't really do that. With Splatoon 1, it takes so long to get all the weapons, but maybe I should stream it more. I don't know. I think streams would be a good way to deal with that. What is this? Okay. Confusing Kraken movement, but I guess it worked. I also, like, I don't know. I wish there was a way for me to do more single-player content. Because I do love just playing the single players. And there's probably lots of stuff that would be fun to rant about on stream. But, you know. Never stop playing Splat 1 until, I mean, I don't know. It would be kind of funny if I had the same thing happen with Final Grind, where you like, I got bored of Splatoon 2, so I went back to Splatoon 1. Then I got bored of Splatoon 3, so I went back to Splatoon 1. Like, maybe it is just the best game in the series, I don't know. Whoa. Hello, Natalie, welcome. I don't think present and future... I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna work. I definitely don't like the notion that, like, the losing team is always going to mean a brainwashed idol. But in terms of just, like, you know... Oh wow, that worked. I hope it's less literal than it was with Order, I guess. Like, I'd rather... I mean, which obviously... Well, unless they do go the time travel route, which I really, really don't want, I feel like it would have to be kind of just more, like, symbolic anyway, if you're talking about, like, past, present, and future. So... I hope it doesn't make, like, the idols of the other teams return, because that just seems unnecessary to me. But obviously, yeah, if the theme... I don't know. I feel like past, present, and future are less opposing forces in the way Chaos and Order are. And Callie and Marie, I guess. Where it's like, you can't have any of them without the others. So... I feel like you can have a story that talks about the past or talks about the future without saying that the others are bad. And making them into, you know, literal antagonists. Oh, yeah, Splatoon 1 definitely has still my favorite music. The vibes of Splatoon 1, for sure, are the best in the series. Why would DJ Octavio from the past coming to the present matter? He lost in the past and lost in the present. I don't know if that would help him. Don't question it, okay. Yeah, I definitely... Yeah, like I want fully refreshed characters and setting and everything. I don't know if I did talk about the one deep cut track. Yeah, I assume you guys have probably seen it, but if you haven't, there's a track on Order Tune that is like deep cut performing at like a school recital, and then I mean, it's only audio, so I'm not sure exactly what the implication is. I think Shiver and Fry start, like, fighting, and then, like, it just turns into this whole entire battle where you can, like, hear, like, the eels and Shiver's shark being summoned, and, like... I mean, the joke is that they, like, literally just, like, killed people in the audience. I don't know if that's the real implication, but... yeah, it's very funny. Yeah, well, okay, I mean, if we're talking like Octo Expansion, even Octo Canyon has really good vibes. And Splatoon 2 hits sometimes. I think, I don't know, something about just like the lighting and the music in multiplayer for me just will never work quite as well as Splatoon 1. I've talked about it before, but Splatoon 1 just has this kind of weird sense of like feeling a lot more grounded, where it's like the locations and just like again, the lighting. The lighting is weirdly like, I feel like really important to like how the game feels compared to the other Splatoons. Where it looks less like a video game. And Splatoon 2, I don't know. Splatoon 1 feels like some like weird like actual childhood memory, whereas Splatoon 2 feels like a Nintendo game. In a way that's hard to describe, but I still like Splatoon 2 a lot, but in terms of just the general atmosphere of the game, something about it just doesn't hit the same. Yeah, the UI and the fashion play a part in it too. I like the Splatoon 2 hub, actually. I enjoy the square a lot. I just think I don't like Splatoon 2 fashion. I actually do think the fashion is a big part of it, too. Because Splatoon 1 is a weird mix of, like, skate culture and just, like, goofy stuff that feels like, you know, like, kids would wear or whatever. And then Splatoon 2 is, like, it's like the Inklings maturing, but not, like, in a cool way. It's like going from, like, 7th grade to 8th grade, where they, like, think they're, like, cool and refined because they listen to, like, ska, but it's like they're not cool. I don't know. That's like the impression I get, where it's like they're trying to be cool. Splatoon 1, they don't care, because they're just, you know, they genuinely like are just like, you know, too cool to care that much about their appearance. Then Splatoon 2, it's like they're like pretending to not care, or pretending to care. I don't know. It's I don't know how to say exactly what I mean, but I don't like it as much. It feels weirdly like, not like fake, but like, it's just less appealing to me, I guess. I mean, it's not that much smaller than the plaza. I think the plaza, like, just the design of it makes people think it's bigger than it is. Like, it's just a little bit wider, right? I don't think it's that different. It's not like there's like anywhere to like, actually explore any, like, you know. I mean, you know, I guess like going down Spike's alleyway, but that feels like the same as going down the Octo Expansion alley to me. I don't know. It's about the same. Yeah, I mean, Splatoon 3 fashion is a mixed bag for me. I really don't like the gear that's like, you know, like two shirts, you know, sewn together. I think those are kind of hideous, to be honest. But I like the fun, like, Mad Max stuff, like the horn, or the helmet with the horns on it, and the, like, the ragged, torn clothes on, like, you know, the box art character. That stuff is cool. Yeah, just, overall, I think there's more new gear, and just the general aesthetic I'm more into. Splatoon 1 is still my favorite, in terms of fashion, I think. It is just a nostalgia thing, too. Because lots of Splatoon 1 fashion, like, it's definitely ugly. Like, I think it was a lot harder to look actually good in Splatoon 1, but I think that adds, like, you know, some charm to it. The shoes suck. Okay, I mean, the shoes kind of suck in every game, if I'm completely honest. I like the hats. There's lots of good hats. Shoes are pretty bad. Shoes are rough. And then, Splatoon 3 shoes I feel like are better, but like, you can see it right here, right? Where it kind of clashes with like the more cartoony style and the realistic style, and it's like, like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Wastelander gear. I mean, there's like the, I guess it's amiibo, but there's the small fry gear, like the Chaos armor, and just the Neo Agent 3 gear. Also, yeah, why not just give us socks? Why do so many of the shoes not have socks? Okay, are the rotations any better? That's better. That's better. We'll keep doing open. That's all right. Not my favorite in the world still, but that's all right. Bum 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 bum. I mean, I like the big shoes. I think the big shoes are funny. Like I like the and they're kind of cute. Like I do think they worked better, like these kinds of shoes. I think these worked better with the Splatoon 1 character proportions. I think they look a little weirder, honestly, with the characters being taller. There's probably like better example. I mean, these are pretty big. Where are like the Splatoon 1 like trainers? They're in here somewhere. I don't really wear the pink trainers like ever, but oh yeah, they're literally in my last page. So yeah, I mean, did they shrink them actually? I swear they don't. I think it's just because of the character model, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the way these ones look, but then you get like these. I mean, obviously these are the ones I use, so I think these are like the best looking, but you get weird ones where it's like the ones that were like based on like the Nike shoes, where it's like I feel like you kind of, it's like a weird mix of like cartoony, like these are just like, I don't know. I don't like them when they're overly detailed either. I think like these, like this is a good in between, or like again the ones I wear, like I like these ones because they're like, I mean they just look like real shoes I guess, but they're well these ones are like, I don't know. I don't really know why I like them. I guess I can't articulate it that well, but I enjoy these. Yeah, I do at least wish there was like hat layering, like being able to wear like glasses and hats together or whatever. I don't know if I want to play this in zones. Maybe this is where we go back to Forge. Oh, I meant to press the Forge button. I don't know names of shoes in real life like at all, so I would not be able to tell you. My real life fashion sense is so terrible. I'm the most like default like white man gamer guy. I look all right. I'm not. I don't want to be that hard on myself. But you know, it's not something I put too much attention into, which maybe I should. But yeah, I mean, the Nike ones was literally, there was like a Nike collaboration in Splatoon 2. I think it was a Japanese only fest though, for some reason. I don't think that I do have a Dr. Pepper shirt. I think the Dr. Pepper shirt is funny. I do not think that is like, makes me look good. Like clothes are from Temu. Yeah, I mean, whatever works. I don't judge other people because I don't know any better, so. Also, why do we choose 3 anchors? I mean, this map for zones, 3 anchors, low-key, maybe not the worst thing in the world. Dynamo and Explo on Brine Water is not bad to have. I don't really know why I was so aggressive there, but got something. Yeah, I mean, I like jackets. That's kind of my only, like, statement. Well, not even, that's not really the term, but, you know. I wear long things when it's cold and wear short things when it's warm. I like jackets and sometimes I wear hats. That's about the extent of my fashion, like, you know, knowledge and fashion sense, I guess. Yeah, I played a lot of Animal Crossing New Horizons when it came out. Splatoon probably has, if anything has influenced my fashion sense, probably Splatoon. I'm not entirely Zelda shirt and cargo shorts. I'm not gonna say I don't sometimes wear things like that. I mean, I do have Splatoon shirts. I might be a Splatoon shirt and cargo pants guy. It might be over for me. But you know, that's why you wear the jacket. The jacket saves the outfit. Definitely. Oh my god. My life is like a video. No, no, no. Splatoon shirts. Splatoon shirts is what I said, not... I do not have Splatoon shorts. Oh god, that would not be good. You're good, yeah, There is some official Nintendo merch that looks so bad, though. There were like Mario pants or something? I don't know. Who did they collaborate with? They collaborated with that one, like, pants brand. And they look terrible. I don't intentionally, like, wear a lot of black, but I feel like I just have a lot of black shirts. It's not as much of a problem anymore. I feel like I have better fashion sense when it's cold out, actually. Like, maybe not, like, full on winter, because then I'm just wearing a coat over everything, but, I always feel like I look the best in fall. Again, because I like wearing light jackets, but I feel like, I don't know, fall is the most versatile. I feel like sometimes you can just, like, tank the cold and wear something lighter, or you can, you know, dress more appropriately and then actually wear, you know, things that look good. So, I feel like fall is the easiest. Pulling up to the function with Splatoon shirts and Mario shorts. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't have a lot of... I have one friend who I feel like is pretty... I have like a couple friends who are pretty fashionable, but I don't talk to them as much as my other friends who are about the same as me, I'd say, in terms of knowing how to look good. Pulling up to Huzz's house with Kirby tank top and Luigi cargos. Yeah. Well, at least I'm not that bad. At least I'm not, like, my outfits aren't, like, complete abominations. I would like to think. Also, I definitely thought I had Reef Slider there. Surprised that Kraken got away with that weird movement. The Green Lady of Brooklyn. I've never heard of that. Yeah. I don't know. My only color coordination is, like, don't wear the same colored shorts and shirt. That's about as far as it goes. I mean, I try sometimes, again, I don't know. I sometimes try a little harder. It depends on the occasion. If there's, like, actually something I'm going to where I want to look decent, maybe I'll try a bit harder, but yeah. My fits are inspired by the Riddler. Maybe I just need to start dressing like a Glenn Fiddler. That'll solve all my problems. Kinda paint botted? I mean, it worked. That's a paint bot map, to be honest. That's not even your fault. That's just... I don't know what you're supposed to do on brine water. There's the spawns and there's the zones, and there isn't much else. What's the other one? Inkblot? Okay, Inkblot's kind of fun. Inkblot isn't even a bad map, it's just I'm literally just so sick of it. Having it for like launch Splatoon 2 and launch Splatoon 3, it's been too much of it over the years. Do you ever watch Splatoon advice videos? I used to. I kind of stopped caring about like improving the game. I mean, maybe like early Splatoon 3 I would have. I actually I made a Splatoon advice video early Splatoon 3. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of at a point where it's like I feel like I have pretty decent game knowledge, and it's just up to me to like actually, you know, push myself to improve my mechanical skill. I mean, my like definitely I'm still lacking in some things like positioning and like, you know, understanding weapon comps and like some synergy stuff, but yeah, I don't really watch that kind of stuff anymore, but I definitely do like at the start of each game. Splatoon 4 into a visual novel. We're gonna get the Splatoon storybook games, like the Sonic ones. We're gonna get Medieval Splatoon, Arabian Nights Splatoon. That would actually kind of go hard, but don't think that's happening. Black Belly was alright. Black Belly is definitely one I have nostalgia for, and I did like the Splatoon 2 version, but not as upset about leaving it behind. Black Knight, but with the Sultana, yeah. Oh god. You know? I wonder if that's what a Splatoon spin-off should actually be. Maybe if, like, I don't want it to mess with the main story of the game, so what if it's literally just, like, Splatoon history? I don't know if that would, like, make sense or work that well. But it's an interesting thought. Excalibur is a hard name for a special. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, that's true. They could just be like, it could still be. It'd just be like in universe. Oh yeah, if it was like in universe, in universe fiction. That would be interesting, but that would get so layered in like what is actually canon from this. That would be cool though. I don't know what I'm doing with this Booyah Bomb. I guess I'll put it here. Okay. Good gameplay moment 2 of the stream, perhaps. Can I get the quad? I'll trade, but I'll take it. Yeah. I feel like, you know, obviously a lot of Inkling history already parallels human history, but I wonder if it would get a little contrived at some point if it's just like, you know, they had a Roman Empire and they had a medieval period and they had, you know, like, I feel like I don't know if I want it to just literally be 1-for-1, and I feel like that risks, you know, I don't know. I mean, I feel like that is also kind of the point. I don't want, no. I wouldn't want the Great Turf War. I don't know. I've said a lot of things about why I don't want a Great Turf War game, but actually, yeah, I would love that so much more if it was just a medieval Splatoon war game. If we're doing a war game, make it different, you know? I don't know. I do really like the modern aesthetic of Splatoon, though. It would be weird to not have that. Splatoon French Revolution, where they end up throwing the Eiffel Tower 3 countries over. Yeah, maybe that's how we'll get the explanation. Bum, 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 bum. I believe it is that Gabriel, yes. Well, how does a guillotine work in Splatoon's world? Because couldn't they just squid form? I guess if it's a solid metal blade. Well, it would just squish them, though. I mean, no. It's not like you can't cut a squid in real life. That's what they do. The sea snail people? Are you talking about Spike and Merch? They're like British. Yeah. I mean, I kind of like the idea of slowly expanding Splatoon's world, too. Where it's like, next we just like go east of Inkopolis. You know, like just a little bit, but I wouldn't be opposed to going just somewhere entirely new. Just making new species, okay. I mean, Splatoon 2's hub is literally already based on Times Square, New York. So, I know it's like in Japan still, but... or Splatoon Japan, Encadia. I wish we got more information too, just about like what the country actually is. Because like, I guess... I know some lore people were debating this the other day, like, if Splatsville is... I forget what it is now. Like, the implication is that Splatsville and Encadia are just two provinces of a larger nation? Or if Encadia is the country? Or the Splatlands, not Splatsville. I don't know. I wish we got, you know, more clarification of how that actually works. A pirate Splatoon would be very cool, and I think they could do that without making it be in the past. Just a modern piracy. I actually kind of really want Pirate Splatoon. I don't know, it just seems like it would work, you know? With, I mean, obviously the ocean theme stuff. Well, it's not a continent because the Splatlands border it. So I don't know. I don't think the Splatlands are part of Encadia. I think that's the distinction. So I'm pretty sure at most Encadia is a country, and it might even just be like a province. Yeah, well, the reason this conversation came up that I saw is because it was, you know, why did Splatsville not, like, intervene? You know, it is still weird with the whole, you know, Encadian Octarians being exiled while the Splatlandians were just, like, you know, a little bit far away, but, like, surely maybe still had some kind of opinion on the little race war, like, next door? Like, I don't know. What is my opinion on goldfish? Like the real fish, or like the snack? Yeah, like, I think my thing is, like, I think during the time of the Great Turf War, it Also, oh yeah, I guess we disconnected there. During the time of the Great Tour War, I think it's, like, makes enough sense that they would be culturally distinct enough to, like, not even really know what was going on, because, like, they specifically have stated that, like, the reason we didn't know about Splatsville until Splatoon 3 is because there were these, you know, geographical barriers between the two places. There's the Splatlands Desert, and there's the giant Inkopolis Bay, you know, which is, like, a significant body of water. So, like, you know, 100 years in the past, they didn't have Hammerhead Bridge. They probably didn't have, like, reliable transportation of any kind between the two places. So, you know, I think it's a little bit more justified that if there was, like, a war going on, they wouldn't try to get involved. But as you get closer and closer to modern day, you know, Octolings have been living in the Splatlands this entire time. It seems weird that, like, with the internet and everything, like, they wouldn't know what was going on. And the fact that there are no Octolings at all in Inkopolis, like, you know, it gets a little hard to believe. Italian Inklings. Well, I know in the Japanese version, I'm pretty sure Kali, Marie, and Shiver have, like, a Kyoto accent or something. It's like called something else. There's, like, a term for it, but there are actually accents that are, like, lost in translation. But it's just, you know, within Japan, I guess. Boston Inklings. That sounds right, I think. I'm not really, yeah. I'm not the person to ask necessarily, but I think that's correct. It's on the wiki. Kansai dialect, yeah. Oh, is that the country I knew there was, like, a Japanese version of a country accent, but I wasn't sure if that's what it was. But yeah, they grew up in Calamari County, so that kind of makes sense, because I think it's considered like a rural town. Oh. I don't really use the Nintendo Music app. I just use YouTube for music, mostly. I talked about it a lot when it came out. It's just not really any more convenient for me. And the fact that the games roll out so slowly is pretty bad. I think it's kind of a... I don't know. I don't want to call it disappointing. Well, it's a little... I don't know. I wish they just officially put their music on Spotify or YouTube, I guess. I still just think that would have been better. Okay, I feel really stupid. I think that is the first time I noticed that the clickbait motif is in the losing theme. Was that always there? That just, like, never clicked in my brain until right now. They go da 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 da. I think so. Unless I'm insane, well, I was gonna say I'll listen to it again. I guess I hope we don't lose, but if we lose, okay, yeah, it does. I don't know. I never. Why is it in the losing theme but not the winning theme? That seems weird, right? Wahoo World Timer moment, I guess. Also, hi, I'll know. But yeah, I don't know. That just never. I don't know how that never clicked in my brain, but okay. Well, I feel stupid. Well, I think the point of the context is just to not have headgear, so I would not want it to have a pattern. Wow. I don't know what that sound was. I just did not expect that. Yeah, I mean, if there were different brands, I don't know, that'd be such a specific thing to customize. I can't say I would particularly want that, but I guess it could be kind of neat. Yeah, the contexts were in every game. They weren't in Splatoon 3 at launch, I think, which was kind of annoying. I don't know, the way they roll out gear in every game is so random. Like, well, I guess with Splatoon 2 it made enough sense, but with Splatoon 3 it's like, I feel like the patches that added a bunch of Splatoon 1 and 2 gear were just very sporadic. I don't really know what method they were doing to use it. Favorite non-idle band is Chirpy Chips. I'm pretty basic, but they're simply peak. How long left in the stream? Like 40 minutes? Whoa. Well, I think squid are only octopus pupils that shape? Are squid pupils not also? I'm not sure. Because I thought it was the octopus, because I know like Marina's pupils are that shape too, but then for some reason I thought the Tenatech logo was described as like a squid eye shape, and that's the same thing. So I'm not sure. And to be fair, it's not like the Octarians actually have that eye shape either, except for Marina for some reason. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, it's in the wind thing too, isn't it? Da 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 da. I'm so dumb. It's literally in both of the themes. Okay, it's more subtle in the winning theme, but it's there, I think. Well, the Tenatech logo is meant to look like the pupil. Let me double check. The Tenatech logo is based on certainly either an octopus or inkling pupil. I forget, or squid pupil. So yeah, other way around. Okay, oh, the wiki actually says it's meant to resemble the eye mask. I don't know if that's right. Oh, see you, Natalie. Thanks for hanging out. So their context to look like Marina? No. I understand why you don't play Salmon. I've been going for 9 hours straight just to beat Triver. Oh my god. Yeah, I actually beat one yesterday, but again, my friends carry me, so actually it took us so long to even get a king though. We had to play like It's like 7 rounds of samurai. Normally it's like 5 to get to king. But it felt like it was taking forever. Yeah, Dan, we know. Yeah, real squid eyes are weird. I don't really know why they're always like depicted with like the mask thing. Cause like, I feel like in real life they don't really have like even outside of Splatoon, I feel like lots of like cartoony squids and octopuses, even like bloopers have like, you know, the weird black like mask, and I just don't feel like that's much of an actual feature on the real life animal unless I've just seen like the wrong kind. So I never quite understood where that comes from. I hate salmon run and think it sucks. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I don't hate it, but yeah. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I definitely do. Yeah, on high tide it just sucks. I don't know. Charmber is really fun when you actually have like the room to fight it and when you get decent Grisco weapons, but if you don't, it's just like literally not enjoyable. I genuinely feel like you should like not be able to get it on high tide. They could just make the tide go down for extra wave. Okay. Yeah, I mean it does ideally, but yeah, I mean it's hard. Coordinating with randoms, I feel like is basically impossible. Like I would only ever be able to beat it with friends. Okay, I need to focus a little bit. Never mind, I did to a bomb. Okay, okay. Well, you guys managed to pull through. Thank you. I will try to not just completely lose this game now. Never mind. Oh my god. I gotta stop saying things. They have a gold X-rank badge. Okay, it might be over. It might be over. Dude, I know I keep jumping in. I just need to stop jumping in. I mean, actually I swam and still just died instantly, so I don't know what it takes at this point. Let's go like here. And can I aim? Can I aim? I cannot. I mean, I didn't even get a chance to aim because I just blew up. I don't like this game. This is not fun. You jumped out for that? I mean, okay. Wow. Nope, no. I'm stupid. I knew Kraken could do that. Okay, well, we got some points. We did a little bit. Man. Yeah, I mean, they literally had, I think that's a top 10 badge, so they are pretty good, as a matter of fact. Come on. It jump. Why does everyone on that team jump out so much? That was decent Booyah Bomb placement, at least. This would be nice to have one for overtime. If we even get overtime. Dude. There we go, jeez. Okay. I'm out of ink. Someone please kill that slosher. Okay. Did they? They did not. Did he jump out? I think so. But, sure. Okay. You know what? That was, that was a decent attempt for how for how tough that game was. Top 10 like in the game, like or in a mode. That's the badge you get for literally being top 10 in one of the 4 ranked modes. Yeah. Oh, is the Big Swig too? And they were playing. They're that good, and they're playing Big Swig. Yeah, that was we put up a fight. Maybe I shouldn't check stats. We put up a fight. We tried. I feel like I was going to say something else, and then I got distracted by trying to lock in. 3 of... Okay, I guess I wasn't looking at the the splash tags enough. 3 of them had it. I mean, I can't check that right now, right? But yeah, they were jumping. I mean, I guess of all the maps to constantly jump out on, Brine Water makes sense because the spawn is so close to mid anyway. But it seemed odd how much it was happening. I don't really know what hybrid weapons would be. I feel like everything in Splatoon is too similar for a hybrid weapon to make sense. Like, I mean, we already have some of them if you think of like what am I thinking of? Like Sloshing Machine is like a blaster and a slosher. Explosher's kind of like, oh, I don't know, just a weird slosher, I guess. This isn't the same team. Oh my god, it's the same team. Okay, well... Okay, I'm gonna actually sit up. I don't think we're winning this one. I'm gonna try my best. They kept not somehow catching us doing this. What is with my aim where I keep just getting like 2 weird stray hits like that? Okay. I'm gonna try and actually just aim better, because this is annoying me now. I feel like this should not be happening. I need to track people just like a little bit better. Okay. They Kraken at the first sign of danger. Gives me Splatoon 1 vibes in a bad way. Ah, okay, bro. Okay, well I said I was gonna lock in, and then we got 100 owed, so maybe I shouldn't do that. What was the worst meta of Splatoon 3? I mean, probably when everyone was playing Crab, because it was annoying to approach. I can't say the meta really felt like it affected me that much in this game. Like, I don't know, like Splatoon 2 is a game where you need to use specials to move in. So like Tentamissiles being the good special just genuinely made the game less fun, like even on a casual level. And obviously things like MPU. Whereas with Splatoon 3, it's like, I feel like no matter how overtuned something is, it's never affected the game in quite as bad a way. Because even like, there's just more playmaking potential as an individual. So Crab was like annoying, but really I can't say I don't know. Like, I feel like if you asked me at the time of those metas, I might say, like, oh, this thing is really annoying, but it's like, looking back, I don't really feel like I personally... There were a lot of splashes. Like, crab is just the only thing I can really think of. There were a lot of splashes, and they used crab at the start of the game, and it got annoying just because it was, you know, it was just less variety. Like, you're just fighting so many splashes over any other weapon. But since then... I mean, there's coolers, but that's not like a complaint. I like having a cooler on my team, so I don't know. I'd say there's, yeah, like the crab meta was a bit annoying, but besides that, it's been alright. Yeah, like with no MPU, no damage up. They just gotta not put broken abilities into the game, and then the game will be pretty balanced. Crazy, crazy concept. Took them 3 games to realize that. That said, I do want them to be more experimental with abilities. Like, I want them to do cool things. They just need to stop doing, like, make your weapon better ability. You know? Well, part-time jobs in Splatoon are salmon run, apparently. So I don't know if that would be boring, but... Yeah, I said before I do want, like, slice of life stuff. I don't think it'd be a game, but in some form. Yeah, Zipcaster is very, very, very cool. I wish it was on more weapons. I really like it on Stamper. Zipcaster is definitely one of the coolest ones, though. Also, wow, that sucked. Trusty Sean minigame. I would be down for that. Minigames would be a cool way to flesh out Splatoon's world more. Like, we've only really had, like, Squid Beats and Table Turf. But Table Turf doesn't really flesh out the world. It's like, okay, every main character conveniently enjoys playing this card game. But, you know, yeah, something like a Krusty Sean. Picture, like, the minigame in, like, Kirby. I mean, there's not a lot of depth to it, but the one in Kirby Forgotten Land where you, like, have to choose the right order to give to the Waddle Dees or whatever, like... I don't think that's something the game needs, but it would be a cool way to maybe add some more world building and stuff. And hopefully they'd have a little more depth than something like that. Okay, rip that game. Trash collector minigame? I don't know what you would do. I'm just gonna switch because I want to switch. I don't know if this will help. I don't think Grisco isn't illegal. They're just like shady. They supposedly do illegal things, but the company is legitimate. I mean, kind of. Enough, I guess, that they don't get, you know, closed by the government. I think they're about as environmentally friendly as, like, real-life modern Japan, probably, which is probably a little better than America. I know, like, Europe and places have, like, the, you know, like, more specific recycling bins, most places, which I feel like we've seen on at least one Splatoon map before, but I'm not sure. Oh, it was at Grand Festival, actually. So yeah, I'd say probably about the same as Japan. I recycle, yeah. Yeah, I would love it so much, Sanic, dude. Just like, just like a few establishing shots even of just like a public space in Splatoon's world. You could pack in so many details with something like that. And just, I don't know. It would be so nice to see something like that. Like, definitely as, I've been talking a lot about how I've been, you know, kind of becoming more Sonic pilled this year. Something like, you know, like Dark Beginnings. Like, I don't know why they would ever do that, or if they would ever do that, but some kind of, like, prequel animation thing, even to, like, the next game's story, would just go so hard. It'd be so cool. Yeah, like, I mean, I wasn't really there for, like, the, you know, the low points of Sonic's history, but I know that's what everyone... I hear people talk about that all the time, about how, you know, things were kind of rough for a while, but then recently they've just kind of, you know, people liked Frontiers, the movie franchise has been crazy, Shadow Gens was really good, just a lot of banger stuff coming out. I don't know why I fell into that. I thought the shots would land fast enough. Yeah, like, it doesn't even have to be tied to an in-game story necessarily. I mean, again, I always bring up the Squid Sisters stories. I think, like, this, something like the Squid Sisters stories, I guess that is a prequel story, but something on that level of, like, slice of life versus, you know, relevance to the main plot, but animated, would be so good. Becoming squids, yeah. I mean, literally, in Shadow Gens, there's, like, the power where you I mean, it looks more like an octopus than a squid, I think, but you literally, like, jump through, like, grates with this octopus ability as Shadow. And I'm like, huh. wonder where they got that idea. I was saying, genuinely, there were some parts, like, obviously, most of the gameplay does not actually feel very similar, but there were certain parts of Shadow Gens where I'm like, this almost feels like a, like, Octo Expansion type challenge. Like the grind rail. There's, like, one specific thing where it's like you're grind railing and you're shooting Chaos Spears to pop balloons. And I'm like, this genuinely almost feels like an Octo Expansion level, in, like, a, you know, in a good way. And, like, that is a high compliment coming from me, obviously, to think that something reminded me of Octo Expansion, so... I had a good time with that game. I really like Shadow Gens. Yeah, even I mean, I would take more written stuff too. Just literally another written thing like Squid Sister stories. I would love that so much. Ah, okay. I feel like I've heard that he's a fan of Splatoon. I didn't know Team Sonic Racing... I don't know enough about that game to know what would be inspired by Splatoon, but that's cool. Yeah, I mean, Haikara Walker had a lot of... I'm sure Bon Color Walker... The things that have been translated, are really cool, but it's... You know, I wish it was in English. And I wish it wasn't as difficult to... I mean, it's, you know, I have ways to find translations of this stuff, but I wish I could just have the whole thing at once. I do think they've kind of tried to provide that sort of thing with, like, the, you know, the fictional interviews with the idols. And those are fun. Like, I like those, but I feel like, you know, there's less stories and more just little tidbits. Yeah, learning Japanese myself, currently not really in the cards. Maybe someday. Shout out to people who translate stuff. Yeah, I mean, they do the, you know, we have what's called Big Betrayal and Stuff for No Fools, which is kind of, you know, obviously it's not like fully animated, but it's, I do think those are really fun too, where they have the characters, speak and say things during the songs and have actual lyrics. And Three Wishes, obviously. Yeah, I haven't seen the full translation of, I don't know if anyone has fully translated it, but yeah, the Marina and Oct thing. I mean, that's kind of like the picture in Side Order, it looks like they're just on like a single player level. I actually spent, I forget if I talked about this on stream, I spent like an hour or two like trying to actually like locate the exact spot where that picture was taken to see, and there's like, there's a place that almost lines up. There's a level that I think, I want to say it's 17. Someone in my comments actually told me about it. I didn't find it myself, but there's one level in Octo Canyon that looks like it's definitely like where that photo was supposed to be taken of Marina and Oct in Side Order, which is pretty cool. But I couldn't find like the exact place, which it might not exist. Obviously, they might have, even if they just used the skybox of that level or some of the assets, obviously it might not perfectly line up. But yeah. The 100 Kanjian was done. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even tried. I haven't even started, so I can imagine. I think Fire and Ice was literally just like Big Man wasn't there because it was a spontaneous rap battle. I don't I don't think that would continue to be a thing. I don't know if copying Sonic Heroes is the thing we should try to do. I don't think that is that's what we should aim for. I mean, I wouldn't mind playing a Splatoon campaign 4 times to get the true ending. I just don't know if that's really what we should be aiming for. Octa's in charge of going to storage area of empty crates. I really want to read it. I also just want my own physical copy so bad, even though I can't read it because I just want to look at all the art. I know there were scans. There was a scan that was taken down. Someone just posted a full scan of the book like on Twitter. I'm pretty sure they got nuked within like a few hours. Save game 4 times the bare bones gameplay mechanics, yeah. I don't know. I mean, if they're gonna do playable characters, like different playable characters in Splatoon, there has to be a reason. And most Splatoon characters, I mean, all of them are silent. You know, Agent 8 doesn't actually speak out loud, and most of them are pretty much blank slates. So, like, you know, there's no reason to play as different characters if they don't have different gameplay, and I would say different personality and, like, animations and stuff. So it would be cool to see them go all out with that, but as long as they're not, that would just be kind of totally pointless. So I don't know. I would like them to be more ambitious with the player character in the future story. Oh, 4-star Dowser's nice. But yeah, I don't know. I really wish they could do something at least on the level of Agent 8 again. This is like a very specific, I can't remember if I've said this on stream before. I feel like I say that all the time. I don't have a very good memory of what I say on stream, but a weird, like, specific request I have for the next Splatoon single player is I really just want, when you finish a level, you know, there's actually like an animation of the character. Like, instead of it just being like a still, There's always been like a little bit of animation. It's like, okay, Splatoon 1, they like slide onto the screen and the Zapfish, you know, wriggles in their hand. In Splatoon 2, Agent 4 like, you know, flies up from the bottom of the screen. Wow. Then Octo Expansion was more of an animation, but it was very much just like, it wouldn't really show off Agent 8's personality all that much. It's just like jumping back to the station platform, holding up the mem cake, and like it was cute, but you know, it's not really like Agent 8 like just being themselves. Well, I feel like the Thang collection is probably like the best example where they take the selfie. But then again, in Splatoon 3, it's like I like the Neo 3 poses, but I wish they like did an animation into the poses. So I don't know. It's another Sonic thing. I want like like Shadow Gen's quality level finish animations. I want them to do a front flip like Shadow the Hedgehog is all I'm saying. I want more Agent content, and that would be a good space to give them some characterization, I think. Yeah, literally like that. I don't want actual rankings, but something like a ranking animation style, yeah. Yeah, an Inkling and an Octoling playable character could be neat. I just don't know if they want to go that far. I don't know. I feel like it's something I'm so mixed on, because it's like, I thought we were kind of done with the Inkling Octarian conflict, but then it's like, Splatoon 3 just kind of ignored Octo Expansion happening, and then Side Order was like, Octo Expansion did happen, but now it still matters, in a way that is also weird, so it's like, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do with that in the future. Okay, Side Order, yeah, characterized the Pearl drone really well, but then Agent 8 just, like, walks back into the elevator. And it's, like... That's actually probably, like, my least favorite level complete screen of all of them. As much as I love Pearl Drone, I want the actual playable character to be doing something. I mean, for sure there's potential to explore the Inkling Octarian conflict. I just, like, I feel like it... I just don't know how you explore that without making it the focus of the whole story, and I don't feel like they would make it the whole focus of the whole story again, is my thing. So it's like, I'm not sure what angle you take with that. Yeah, well, we're not quite at the 10th anniversary, but yeah, it is approaching soon. I mean, it is the year of the 10th anniversary, so however you want to look at it, but yeah. Splatoon's 10th. Oh god. I think even having something like the Sunken Scrolls, but having, like, the notes be written by the agent would be really cool. Because, like, I've said a few times, like, I don't want them to ever just, like, replicate memcakes exactly, because I like how unique they are, and how specific they are to Octo Expansion and 8's story. But, I mean, also the fact that they're related to sanitization. I guess they probably wouldn't happen again, but, yeah, something like that where they just comment on the lore, you know? Yeah, I know, that's what people are saying, like, you can't keep calling Splatoon a new Nintendo IP forever. Dude. Can I? Okay, that was... I do the thing where I panic with Nautilus, where I won't charge it all the way, and I just expect it to shoot a little bit longer, and then it doesn't, and... yeah. What's Nintendo's newest IP? ARMS? Oh, if Labo counts, I guess Labo. But I mean, does that count? I guess that counts. I mean, Nintendo was notorious for not ever making new IPs before Splatoon. And then they made Splatoon, and then they made ARMS, and then they stopped again, so. Oh, Ring Fit, I guess, yeah. I would count Ring Fit. That has characters, technically. Hello, Martin. I hope we get, like, a new... I don't know, I really... It doesn't feel like it, because we haven't really gotten any word about it, but I do think we're in, like, the calm before the storm right now, in terms of Nintendo stuff. Because, like, there's really not many, like, okay, Xenoblade X is a port. It's kind of a big deal for some people, but it's a port. Pokemon, made by Game Freak. I don't care about Pokemon, so, but, you know, I guess arguably a big game that is upcoming. But actually, even then, we know very little about it. And besides that, like, a Metroid Prime 4 is the big Nintendo game coming up. But, like, that is, like, almost definitely going to be a you know, cross-gen release. So, like, I really genuinely think we're very, very close to Switch 2 news. And when they announced the Switch, like, I think they learned, you know, from the Wii U, you need to have a strong launch lineup. At least a strong launch year. You know, I think launch games, Metroid might be the only launch game. I'm really hoping a 3D Mario game is launch, if not, like, very shortly after console release. But I think this year, if not next year, like, because they haven't shown it off yet, I don't know when the console might not actually come out till fall, but I think, like, mid-2025 to mid-2026 is going to be, like, huge for Nintendo. Like, I think they know they need another blowout year like 2017. I wouldn't call Astral Chain a Nintendo IP. I mean, that's Platinum Games made it. Maybe you could. I mean, you count Bayonetta. I don't know. Astral Chain was before. Oh yeah, it was before Ring Fit. Astral Chain is good, by the way. Play Astral Chain. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like want to get my expectations too high, but I genuinely really think there's like another like banger year of games coming soon. And if there's a 3D Mario, that's all I need. So just give me that, and it will be a good year. Banjo-Kazooie? We're talking about, like, new Nintendo IPs in recent years. Unless, I don't know if you're suggesting bring back Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie is owned by Microsoft now, though, isn't it? So I don't think... I mean, there could be, you know... That could still happen, but... I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, my biggest problem with Astral Chain is just the story, really. It just kind of doesn't go anywhere. It's like, I don't know. They like set up a bunch of these characters in the first half of the game as if they're going to be important, and then just none of them are. And then there's this protagonist, or antagonist, who's like pretty interesting in Jenna, I think is her name. But then she's not the real antagonist, and it's just this other guy who's like this kind of obvious twist villain, and it didn't really hit. I don't know. I thought Astral Chain gameplay was fun. Like, it wasn't perfect, but I was pretty into it. Cinematics are really, really good in that game. Music is really, really good. I had a fun time with it. I just wanted more people to play it. I feel like me and Captain Astronaut are like the only two people. I didn't even make a video about it or anything. Really, it's only Captain Astronaut, I feel like, who was trying to hype up that game on YouTube. Like, I genuinely have not heard of like anyone else. Like, Vinesauce played it, but he plays like everything. I just feel like no one talked about that game. I enjoyed it a lot. I still think Sonic Dude that they're gonna... I don't know, I feel like the Switch, the first look at Nintendo Switch video was so effective at like, not only showing what the console was, but getting people asking questions, right? Like, it's like, okay... Like, I watched, I talk about the Kid and Krista podcast sometimes. I watched, they did a whole video kind of talking about making that video, and it's like, they really had to communicate, because the Wii U was such a failure of communication, right? It's like everyone thought that the gamepad, all the advertising focused on the gamepad specifically, so people thought that it was just like an add-on for the Wii, and they didn't get that it was like a new console. So for the Switch, they're like, okay, we really have to like, you know, very clearly communicate to people what this thing is. And they did, you know, it was like, this is this hybrid console that you can play at home and then take, you know, portably. And it showed off a bunch of brand new games just casually, you know, like, by the way, here's a new 3D Mario. Here's the big Zelda that's been hyped up forever. You know, here's some kind of weird motion control stuff, but, you know, looks cool. Here's a new Mario Party. And just showing how people would interact with it, you know, and how people would use it. So I think, like, they don't have to necessarily do that if the Switch 2 is as similar to the Switch 1 as all the leaks and everything is saying. But I still think they need to, you know, communicate to consumers, you know, what the difference is. Like, if all that it is that it's more powerful than the Switch 1, you know, I think we need to see massive blockbuster games shown on a handheld device. Because the Steam Deck is the only thing that can really do that. But, you know, if it can do that and also play Mario, that's kind of a big deal. So, I think that kind of trailer, to me, I think is what I expect as the reveal. I think it will be like first look at Nintendo Switch 2. I hope it's not actually called Nintendo Switch 2, but according to the leaks, which I don't believe, that's what it is. So we'll find out. But yeah, I think it will be, just with how well the Switch worked, I don't know why they wouldn't use a really similar method. And I think that did such a good job of building up hype. It's like, okay, it's not the NX anymore, it's the Nintendo Switch. And we had time to like get used to that name and think about like how the console could be used. And then they did the full presentation where it was this big blowout. Like, we're working with all these third parties, we're working with, you know, partners we've worked with in the past, and of course we're developing these big first-party AAA games like Mario and Zelda. So I want that again because that was amazing. That was a great time to be a Nintendo fan. 2017, I think, is one of the best years for gaming of all time. So I just hope that's the plan, I guess. Yeah, I don't think Switch 2 is I just think it's boring. I don't think it's a bad name in terms of marketing. I think it does very clearly communicate what the console is, and again, if it is literally just, you know, another hybrid tablet home console, like, yeah, it makes sense to have a very obvious name that shows that it's just an iteration of the past console. So, I'm not gonna, like, you know, it's not the end of the world if it's Switch 2. I just think they could do something cooler. And the logo sucks. The logo has to be fake, right? I don't know if you guys have seen the leaked logo, but it's like literally just like the Switch logo, but they made the icon smaller and put a giant 2 next to it. I mean, that sucks. I hope that's fake, at least. Also, Nold, yes, I have all the weapons. You're I'm just talking about the Switch 2. I was talking about kind of the hype cycle and marketing build-up to the original Nintendo Switch, and how I basically hope they do a very similar thing with Switch 2, because it worked very well, was very, you know, effective at communicating what the product was, and, you know, they showed off a bunch of massive games in a very short span of time. I would get Switch 2 on launch, yes. Easily. Oh, they are coordinated. I might wait. If the only launch title is Metroid, I don't know. Realistically, I think the hype would would overtake any doubts, and I would probably buy it day one. if Metroid is the only launch game, like only major one, I would maybe wait until a 3D Mario. But it depends. Like with Breath of the Wild, I'm like, Breath of the Wild was my first Zelda game, so I wasn't even like, I was hyped for it, but I was just hyped to get new Nintendo hardware, to be honest. And then Breath of the Wild was amazing and I loved it. So I'm very glad I got it launch day, but yeah. I don't know if I feel the same way about Metroid. I should play the Prime games. I mean, everyone does say they're amazing, but I don't know. Yeah, I noticed the squid bagging. I never know how to react, because obviously if people recognize me, like, that's cool. And I appreciate the acknowledgement, but also, like, you know, I don't want it to be like they're throwing. Or if they're, like, taunting me, you know, I don't know. I never quite know how to take it. So I just kind of ignore it sometimes. I was about to be happy about my Nautilus gameplay, but, I mean, a double's okay, but we got wiped out, so not the best. Yeah, I mean, Prime 1 obviously remastered on Switch. It's not even a full-price game, so I've been meaning to play that for a very long time. Just haven't gotten around to it. I heard it's like an insane remaster, by the way. Like, it's like one of the best-looking Switch games when it was originally on GameCube. Cool. I grew up with Mario vs. Donkey Kong Mini Land Mayhem, which I actually liked quite a bit, but the original one that they remastered on Switch, like, doesn't have the Mini Mario mechanic, which kind of became the entire, like, feature of the series, so it kind of just looked less fun to me. I don't know. I didn't even know that the original one existed until the remake came out, and it didn't look very fun to me, so I did not get it. They should do like a collection of all the DS ones. I mean, I don't think they did too much like dual screen stuff that it would be a problem. I guess it was like touchscreen controls, but you could make that work. You just have it be like a cursor. I don't know. Mini Lands Mayhem was Mario Maker before Mario Maker, by the way. I feel like, again, I feel like everything I've ever said, I've said on stream. I need to stop saying that. I need to just say it, and if I said it on stream before, oh well. But, oh, see you, Ziknova. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, I just realized we're over 3 hours. I was distracted yapping. Okay, well, I'm gonna end it soon. I'll do like one more game. I'll do one more game. But, yeah, it had a level creator, and it was very good. I mean, it's closer to 8 years old now. It's 2017. I don't know, like, Splatoon being 10 is harder for me to comprehend than the Switch being 8. Because it does feel like we've been in the Switch era for a long time. And I've loved the Switch era. I mean, Switch is... I gotta say, it's my favorite console. I mean... I grew up with the Wii, but... You know... I don't know. I've played so many games on Switch. So many of my friends have Switches. I've made so many memories on Switch. I think it's easily my favorite console that has ever been made up to this point. Not that, you know, I haven't played a lot of other consoles, but out of the ones I've played, I love the Switch. I'm very, very happy with what the Switch has been, what its library is. The fact that Switch 2 is backwards compatible is incredible. That's actually like a really, really big deal. So, you know, I love it, but I'm, you know, it feels like we've been here for a while. The Switch 2 rumors have been a thing for years already. I'm really excited to see what they do next. It would be very nice to play first-party Nintendo games with, you know, actual next-gen graphics. So, I'm ready. I'm ready. To me, it definitely feels 8 years old. Yeah. Dude, growing up with the Switch would be insane. I mean, the Wii was great. I don't know. Like, obviously, I love being like a... If I grew up in 2002, am I like a Y2K kid? Can I say that? Or is it only if you're before? I don't know. I think yeah, I would be. But yeah, like Frutiger era, Y2K, whatever you want to call it. Like, I love the aesthetic of the Wii. I love just the way technology looked in the 2000s. I loved motion controls. I loved Mii integration. Like, I love everything about the Wii. I'm nostalgic for it. I still think it's great. I think it actually aged mostly elegantly. I think that some games do feel a little forced with motion controls in the Wii era for sure. But yeah, I mean, growing up with the Switch would be so nuts too. Like, just because of how much, like, I don't know, I feel like, I mean, Wii Virtual Console existed, I guess. I just feel like there's so much from other games that you can play on Switch too. Like, the fact that you could have grown up with Odyssey and 3D All-Stars and just grown up with every 3D Mario game, like, that's nuts. Like, I don't know. I guess the same could have been said on the Wii, because I assume there was Virtual Console Sunshine. I know there was 64. I don't know, though. I just feel like it's more, like, obvious. I feel like it's easier to find games. Like, when I was a kid, I did not know Virtual Console existed. I never bought anything on the Wii eShop in my entire life. It was all just physical games my parents got me. So, I don't know, I just feel like in the Switch era where people understand the internet better and downloading things, I just feel like it's more likely that you would have found those types of games. So I feel like the chance of someone growing up with 4 3D Marios, or even 5 with 3D World at once is insane. Like, that would just be such a peak childhood, I feel like. Not that growing up with 1 was bad, obviously, but... I don't know. You'd be so spoiled. You'd be so spoiled for good games, I feel like. Yeah, the limited run thing sucks, but still. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Wii was backwards compatible. That's true. So they wouldn't need Virtual Console Sunshine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've said it before. Like, I do miss the personality of the old console's UI, but it's not something where, like I just want music. I really just need menu music. I don't need a whole Wara Wara Plaza with Mii's. Like, I like the Wii U, and I like the Wii. I really, really do love their UI. The Wii U, it takes like 10 years to load, and I genuinely do prefer the Switch menus loading instantly. And having less charm. I'll do one more game because I'm in the middle of a thought. Backwards compatible just means it can play games from the previous generation. So, like, GameCube games could be played on the Wii. It was the thing with most Nintendo consoles, honestly. Game Boy could be played, or Game Boy Advance could be played on DS. DS games could be played on 3DS. Wii games could be played on Wii U. But then because the Switch went from discs to cartridges, you obviously can't put a Wii U disc in a Switch. But they have confirmed that all Switch games will work on the next Nintendo console. Which, I mean, this is just one of the biggest, best Nintendo library of games ever, so that's a pretty huge deal. They also confirmed that NSO will be carried over, which I know people have less favorable opinions of, but still does allow you to play a bunch of classic games. So, like, lots of NES and SNES games are also still going to be playable on the next console too. Yeah, well, I think it was like a... Did they say that in the investors meeting, or was that just a random drop? I know some of it is just like randomly on Twitter. Like, the whole thing about the Switch being announced by the end of the fiscal year was just literally a random tweet. I'm pretty sure the backwards compatible thing was a decent time after. I'm not really sure though. I don't know. I do love this stuff though. Like, I'm not normally like a tech guy, but when it comes to Nintendo hardware, I'm a full-on fanboy. Like, I love following this stuff. I think the marketing is interesting. Like, I don't know. I go full consumer mode. I really do just get so excited for this stuff. Just because it's like a Nintendo generation means so much, like, to my life. I feel like, you know, like, my life can be divided into eras of, like, Wii. It's like, for me, it's like Wii, Minecraft, Wii U, Switch. I kind of fell off Nintendo consoles for a bit. It was just fully in Minecraft, but, like, yeah, the whole Wii U era, I don't know. I just play so many games, or I play games so much that it genuinely just dictates, like, the vibes of huge chunks of my life. So the hardware, you know, signaling in a kind of new era, because, you know, there's always kind of different, like, you know, company strategy and different aesthetic and everything that comes with it. Like, I do think the consoles are very emblematic of the times, which is kind of cool. So yeah, it's just fun to follow. What software? I use Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, to edit videos. If you could recommend a Splatoon weapon, I'm trying to not just do like the most basic answer. I like 96 Gal Deco specifically. 96 I think is a very fun weapon to learn. It feels very weird at first with the RNG, but then when it like clicks and you kind of figure out the effective range and how to use Splash Wall and Kraken, I think it's a very satisfying weapon to play. So that would be my recommendation. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I get that there's a side of it of like, I don't know, I don't want to be cynical. Because like, yeah, I don't like the idea in theory of like all these people getting so excited about like, oh, like product, oh, company, you know, is advertising product to me and I want to consume. But it's like, you know, a Nintendo console does mean a lot more than that to people. I genuinely do just have, you know, obviously a lot of respect for Nintendo as a company. So, you know, screw being cynical. I'm gonna get excited over the new hardware. Come on. We're not gonna win that. Okay, that's fine. Whew. Well, that was fun. I will be ending it there. We had some fun conversations today. Not gameplay side, did not love these rotations, but we had some fun. A new flip note would be very cool. I really do hope they try to integrate some kind of online communication thing. I get that it's so hard to moderate, but like Miiverse was really cool. Miiverse was fun. The integration into games was really cool. I'm glad Splatoon still has it. I mean, I feel like I haven't felt the loss of it as much as I'm sure other Nintendo fans have, because, you know, we look out that Splatoon is the only game that really still has it, but yeah. Some kind of community, you know, sharing feature I think would be really, really cool. But yeah, let's see. Do I have a gacha roll? I don't know how much I would trust AI, but yeah, maybe it would help. I feel like that would lead to like it incorrectly flagging a lot of people's artwork and that being a whole deal. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I do hope we get some weird, fun experimental stuff. Alarma was a weird, you know, a fun, weird Nintendo thing, but like it wasn't, it wasn't in the console. It was a $100 alarm clock. So I hope we get weird Nintendo that comes with the thing. Oh yeah, I mean obviously that sucks. Nintendo, yeah, Nintendo has lots of stupid stances on things. Like, yeah, the emulators and taking out music and all that. Like, I just think there can be a divide between Nintendo, the, you know, lawyers, and the corporation, and Nintendo, the people attempting to actually make, you know, consoles and games and everything. But yeah, I'm not trying to be like so fanboy that I'm gonna defend their every decision. Obviously there's lots of stupid stuff they do, but you know, overall, I guess personally for me, they have done more good than harm in my own life. But yeah, I mean, it sucks to see them treat fan stuff. I really wish they would take like a Sega. That's another thing with getting into Sonic, is you see how differently Sega handles their fan base. Like, they will actively celebrate fan works and fan art and, you know, communicate with fans in a way that Nintendo doesn't. And I definitely wish Nintendo would honestly go more in the direction of how they handle things. But yeah, I don't know. I would never go so far as to say Nintendo hates their fans, because I genuinely do feel like there's lots of instances of them listening to fans and them, you know, trying to really appease what people want and what people say on the internet, and like, it's not like an entire lack of effort and just like they're like this evil corporate entity. I think people go on both extremes, right? Where it's like you can only be ultimate fanboy, defend every single thing they ever do, or, you know, evil corporation is not your friend. You know, like I just like, I feel like we can just, it depends, guys. It depends. They make a 3D Mario game, they're my best friend. They take down a fan game, yeah, that sucks. You know, like it's a case by case thing. They're a whole company, they're not one guy. So I guess that's how I see it. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I keep wondering if the train of thought will keep going, but I think I'm done. I think I'm good. Rambling is over for today. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. Again, I hope to get a video out soon-ish. The side order video is still in the scripting phase. So it's probably still going to be a ways out. It would be nice to get it out like around the 1-year anniversary of Side Order, which is next month. So, I mean, I kind of hope it also doesn't take that long though, but we'll find out. So, see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. This has been Cosmic. Farewell.